like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B. Just before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, all of our YouTube videos. Hit that Cash App, you know what I'm saying? $ BJ Matthews. Hit that PayPal at Project Masters as well. Also, if you guys have not subscribed, subscribe to the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, and also like the status. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of good content for y'all today. Before we get started, let me go ahead and get some stuff going, and we'll start in about 1 minute. 1 minute. All right, y'all. So we back. We got 16 people here. We should have over 16 likes. You know what I'm saying? Let me go through the comments, man. Jose said, PJ, I salute you. All you done for the Clip Gang. You broke it down perfectly, perfectly with no bias. It's time to rebuild, dog. So, hey, man, appreciate the comment. What's Bracken? BJ was good. Pagan was good. Jamal said, BJ, Kawhi's ego ruined what could have been the most interesting series. I salute Pal's hustle in game 3. And PG-13 is a clown. It's either you're playing or not. Stop trolling the fans. Shout out to Mrs. Tay, my moderator, you know what I'm saying, has done everything for the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like she said, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, all that. Raheem said, I'm going to be real with y'all, putting your emotions to this team ruins your mental health. Can't keep looking at the way y'all look at it. That's actually a real interesting comment. I definitely really look into that, man. So I definitely appreciate you having that comment, Raheem. Thomas Talented said, get those likes up, though. Yes, sir, get those likes up. You know what I'm saying? Get those likes up. Let me see. Salute, BJ. And chat, I can't even come in here and say the slogans SMH. Man, appreciate you. It might be over, BJ. I'm sorry, man, but still keep hoping it ain't over till it's over. Appreciate you. And Andre said, salute, BJ. All right, man. Happy Saturday morning, man. Glad to have y'all on, man. This is another good show for y'all today, man. Like I told y'all the other day, I didn't come on the live because of, of course, y'all know the situation that had happened, about 3 hours before the game, threw everybody off. We don't really have to, go into that. Y'all saw my last video. So I just want to apologize to y'all again for not being in, the live that night. But I was if I came on, it wouldn't come out right. Right. Then the one person who said something sideways, would have got it would have got ugly. So yeah. Salute to my man Little Rock, man. Little Rock constantly, shares my content on Twitter. Definitely appreciate him. Salute to my man Mike. But let's get in. We got 24 people. I got about a couple hours for this, man. So let's get in and get out because the game starts in about 3.5 hours. So we just get in and get out of here. Now the Clippers and the Suns, of course, had their game 3 on Thursday night, which they lost 129 to 124. And with that loss, man, I have to say a few things, man. First of all, the Clippers have the most heart in any team in the league. I have to come in here and say this. The Clippers have the most heart in the NBA, in my opinion. And it's not just this year. It's been last year. It's been the year before that. They just constantly show the ultimate heart of a champion, heart of a warrior when their backs are against the wall. They've been put in situations where, are not ideal, and they still find a way to shock the world. They still find a way to prevail. They just continue. They're just a group of fighters. And that's why I said before this series that this series was not going to be no 4 or 5 game series. I already knew that because, I know what the team I'm dealing with. Now, of course, what happened to Kawhi on top of PG has, made things a little bit harder. But y'all saw the game the other night. I mean, people were talking about the Clippers are going to get blown out, this, that, and the other. And they had a few more possessions, like 2 more possessions went their way. They could have been out there with a win. So, with that being said, the Clippers have fought from start to end, man, and sequences, man, to the bitter end. That this team was just resilient. Looking through the stats, I'm saying the team stats, the Clippers shot 54% from the field to the Suns 47. And I think this is the first game of the series they shot better than the Suns. So that definitely helped. They shot better from them from the 42 to 37% for the Suns. They shot the same at the percentage free throw line. The Suns shot 0.1% better. The Suns did out rebound the Clippers, which, I mean, you guys knew they played small ball. I think they played 5. They played 5 guards at one time. They played Terrence Mann, Eric Gordon, Bones Highland, Russell Westbrook, and I think they played Norman Powell. That was the lineup that Ty Lue threw. So that's what really, helped them get the edge. And, Ty Lue would try anything. So that's, kind of what we had. The Clippers had 26 assists to the Suns 20, and that's because of the shots they were hitting. The shots they were making was a contribute to their assist. Clippers had more blocks. They had less steals. They had the turnovers, and those turnovers in that first half, I think was just more so jitters. I think that was a little more like, trying to get through the offense. And there's a lot of turnovers that they shouldn't have had. They cleaned up a little bit better in the second half. But, I mean, when you have aggression, when you have, attacking, you're going to probably make mistakes. So they got to clean that up. Points in the paint went to the Clippers. They have 4 more points than the Suns. Now, this is the real thing. Make sure y'all hit that like button when y'all come in here. We have 20 people in here. Let's get those likes up. The big thing that a lot of people were upset about was all the fouls that were called on the Clippers, vice versa the Suns. They had 31 personal fouls to the Suns 18. The Suns had 45 free throws to the Clippers 24. And that really evened the odds. That really evened the odds because now will actually really put the odds in the Suns' favor. Because for a whistle to be that heavy and have that many free throws, you got to only imagine, okay, well, 45 free throws to 24. Just think about if those were reversed, or think if it was like even. So that really hurt the Clippers at all those fouls that were called. So, like I said, it's really a game where this game could have went either way. It's unfortunately went the Suns' way. Now, if I look at these player stats, man, I look at a few things that stand out. Of course, Devin Booker's 45 points stood out, because D-Book's been doing his thing. KD had 28 points, another quiet 28. And like I keep telling y'all, man, and I'm still waiting, they're saying that Kevin Durant can give you 40 at any time. I think that we need to start looking at the Clippers defense that's making KD a little bit uncomfortable. I think we need to start giving credit to the Clippers defense. KD has not scored over, I think 35 points since he's played. He hasn't, I mean, it's been Devin Booker. So, I mean, the Clippers people got to give the Clippers defense credit. And I've been watching the games. They've been scrappy. They're denying KD the ball. They're being physical with him. Whether it's a guard, whether it's a forward, they're touching him. They feeling him. Like, I mean, KD's not having the easiest time to score. And then Devin Booker, that puts him in a position to have the green light to do what he wants to do. So D-Book, and then I see Chris Paul had 11 points. Chris Paul had another off night. He's playing heavy minutes. Again, these minutes are piling up for the Suns, which shows to me they're top heavy. CP had 41 minutes and D-Book had 45, and then KD had 41. So all their guys have over 40 minutes. DeAndre had 35. But this game was all about D-Book, and and also KD, right? And I look at the Clippers side. Russ and Norm play 40 minutes apiece, but then if you look at the other guys, they play in around 30 minutes, mid 20s, low 20s. Like they're playing way more minutes than their bench. So the Clippers have their bench to rely on. The reason why they make this game competitive. So, at this point, when I look at this, I see 42 points from Norm. I see 30 points from Russ, and I see 20 points from Bones Highland. And that's why, I said coming into this game, Norm is going to have to match Booker. So Norm is to me, this is his time to show like how much of a prime player he is. I know Norman Powell is one of my favorite players on the Clippers. Norman Powell is actually from my city. Me and his AAU coach his high school coach was my AAU coach growing up. So Norm was exactly from my neighborhood. So I already know what Norm can do on the court. So it doesn't surprise me he had 42 points. And then, Russ had almost a triple-double. He had 30 points and 12 assists because everybody's hitting their shots. Again, I told y'all, if guys are hitting their shots, Russ is not going to be out there forcing. He wants to distribute the ball, but guys have to hit their shots. Bones Highland had 20 points. I think it was a good game for Bones Highland because of one thing about Bones is people saying that Bones can be out of control, but Bones is only 22 years old. Bones, he has a lot of heart. Bones has a lot of drive, and he's not scared of the moment. You know what I'm saying? He's a little undersized. He's a little, small, but he's not scared of the moment. So I'm not really concerned too much about Bones. You know what I'm saying? He missed that 3 at the end. I mean, that's fine, but at the end of the day, he competes. Moore's got 20 minutes. I mean, I understand what Ty Lue's doing because the Suns usually struggle with Marcus Morris because he scores the ball. But he only had 5 points. He had 4 rebounds, which is surprising. But he had 4 rebounds, and Rocco had 4 minutes. I mean, Rocco, he's just not going to play him, man. He's just not playing him. He's just not playing Rocco, and I think he can help so much in this series. But Ty Lue, for whatever reason, will just not play him. And then I see another person. There's another person that's actually not showing up these last 2 games, and that's Zubac and Batum. And that's why I say Rocco needs to be playing more because Batum hasn't given us anything this series. He had 0 points in 19 minutes. And then Zubac had 6 points and 8 rebounds. A lot of those pick and rolls he had to Westbrook. Westbrook was trying to find him. He couldn't catch the ball. And it was just too much, it's too much to watch. When you have a situation like this, Zubac has to show up. He has to protect the rim. He also has to, dominate the paint. Game 1, he did a great job of that, but game 2, he hasn't done that. So if the Clippers want to win today, they're going to need a better performance from Zubac, and they're going to have to, continue to push the pace because now that the Suns, they really didn't get too amazing. They got like a day and a half of rest, and those guys are logging in heavy minutes. I was watching that game, and, both sides look tired, but the difference with the Clippers and the Suns is the Suns have less of a bench, and the Clippers can actually rotate guys in and out. So they have to keep on putting the pressure on them, pushing the ball. You know what I'm saying? Because Chris Paul, his legs getting heavier. We're in game 3 right now. So if the Clippers can pull this off and win this game, now we're talking about, okay, it becomes about, it's more of a marathon to track me. Now it becomes 6-game series. And then now it starts to get a little bit interesting. Right? So if they can find a way to pull this game out, then now the series is back 2-2 going out to face, and now anything can happen. But of course, we got to talk about the big news. Kawhi Leonard was ruled out of game 3, and he'll be ruled out for game 4 tonight. And this actually came out yesterday, so it was actually more of a better situation rather than game 3 when it was announced literally 2-3 hours before, shoot around that he would have been out. So it was a huge shock to everybody. It was a blow. Like I said, I was in my car, getting something to eat. And I looked at my phone. I saw on the top of my notifications that Kawhi Leonard is out for Game 3, and I'm like, what? I said, what happened now? It said breaking news: Kawhi Leonard is out for Game 3, and I clicked on the notification because my phone is not allowing me to like look, if I don't click on it. So I clicked on it and I saw this. It popped up, and I'm like, wow. All right, so he said breaking LA Clippers star Kawhi Leonard has been ruled out for Game 3 against the Phoenix Suns because of a right knee sprain, sources told Usmik. He aggravated his knee in Game 1, played through it in Game 2, and is expected to be day-to-day ahead of Game 4 on Saturday, a source told Agent Wojnarowski. Okay. For y'all coming in, we got 38 people. We should have over 38 likes in here, man. Like Mrs. Tay said, get those likes up. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, hit the share, hit the subscribe. Go to the Cash App. Y'all see the Cash App? It's $BJ Matthews, right? That's the Cash App. If you have PayPal, y'all see it right below the screen of the picture. It says @BroderickMasters. Y'all can type it right there for this content I'm dropping. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all continue to support, man. We got to get this information out. But yeah. So when I looked at this, I saw, okay, Kawhi got hurt in Game 3 or Game 1. And then he played through it in Game 2, and in Game 3, he aggravated it. Or he sat out for it. And now he's out for Game 4. So when I look at this information, I'm saying to myself, okay, wow, like a guy was playing on a bum knee in Game 2, and I couldn't even tell. And some people were saying like the play that he had on DeAndre Ayton where he got the and-1 in Game 1, that was the play that he, aggravated his knee. And he actually played through it. So, the Clippers already knew what's happening after Game 1. And then he played through it in Game 2, and he had 31 points. Again, he didn't look like he was hurt. He looked like he was perfectly fine. He acted like he was perfectly fine. And it just didn't make sense for him to it didn't make sense, like what happened. Like he was just trying to play through it and he couldn't play. So now they ruled him out for Game 3 and 4. So when they say sprained knee day to day, I don't think it's a sprained knee. I think it really is just precautionary. I think it's more so, okay, they tried to play through it in Game 2. Game 3, they got, whatever got worse or, pain or whatever. And they're choosing not to, risk it. That's why I know it is actually, because Lawrence Frank came out with a statement talking about it. The GM for the Los Angeles Clippers. Lawrence Frank, according to a couple of days ago, he said that hold on one second, move this out the way. Frank was also asked if Leonard's absence was a decision made by the training staff or Leonard himself, and said, look, he desperately wants to play. Like I said, he's not cleared to play. So in reading this, they're saying that Kawhi, like I said, aggravated in Game 1, and then they tried to play through it in Game 2, and they saw that it got, worse, whatever. And then Game 3, that's when they chose to, sit him out. So there's a couple things that I take from this. Number one, they're choosing to protect Kawhi's knee. They're not letting him go out there and play because they said they already did it once. They're not going to do it again, and possibly something happening, tearing or something happening. Right? And number two, I'm looking at this also saying, okay, load management doesn't work because we have tried this throughout the whole year, and we've been trying to, presume this guy's, knees, and even trying to presume this guy's, his load management. They played, I think, 50 something games this season. They sat him out when they had like the littlest nick and knack, but it hasn't been successful. So at this point, with Kawhi, it's like load management, and not just him, but just the NBA in general. Load management doesn't work. I mean, look at all the injuries that we have right now. Giannis, Ja, Kawhi, Joel Embiid has a sprained knee now. I think that's just precaution, no, just because they think they can beat the Nets without him. But all these people just getting injured just off of nowhere. Lonzo Ball is injured. You know what I'm saying? Zion, for whatever reasons. And like, I cannot remember a time where there were so many injuries, man. There's so many people not being able to be available. Like, this is taken away from actually the excitement and the joy of the game of basketball in the playoffs. I could not remember a time when players just got injured all the time and not be able to stay on the court and be healthy. I just could not remember. And I've talked about this in the past. I said this load management and not actually spending more time in the weight room and conditioning your body throughout the season and the summertime has hurt these players for them to be hurt longer and being hurt more. You can't tell me that there's more technology, more equipment, more advancement in a newer era, and yet players are getting hurt more. It doesn't make any logical sense. Like, people got to look at this. They got more equipment, more technology, more advancement in 2023, and you see people getting hurt more than the guys in the 90s to 2000s, partial 2010s. Within the last 3 to 4 years in the playoffs, you see a lot of people just getting hurt in the playoffs for long periods of time over nicks and knacks and staying off for long periods of time. So to me, something is going wrong with the training, and there's something going wrong with this load management. So, because it's not, people say Kawhi is a degenerative knee. I spoke about this before. He has knee tendinopathy, where he has to do an equal stress load management throughout the season, and that gets him prepared to play, the postseason. But that hasn't worked this season, and then we see all these other players getting hurt who don't have a degenerative knee, who don't have any condition. They're getting hurt at the same rate. So something's going on with how these guys are getting trained. And it's taking away the joy of the playoffs. We can't even watch teams be healthy and teams actually play with their stars without people getting injured. That's a problem. But nonetheless, Kawhi's out for game 4. I'm going to go into, what I think the Clippers need to do after this point, because I know people want to hear my opinion. But also, Paul George had a post he made a few days ago. I think it was on Thursday morning, the same day, of the game. He made a post on his IG, pretty much stating, "What I won't do is quit." Now, we all know PG, he actually sprained his knee in front of us. And he's been out for pretty much a month. May 21st. Yes, it's a month today. Yesterday was a month. He's been out for a month with that sprained knee, and people have been trying to contemplate, is he coming back or not? And they said, people are saying that he probably won't come back, and if they do, he come back within the second round. And it was unfortunate, because you want to see the stars on the court. You want to see your best players playing. And what happened right there was just a freak accident. You know what I'm saying? You cannot control what happened. And like I said before, PG's never been this injury prone. He's always played around 70 to 65 to 70 something games a year. You know what I'm saying? If I look at PG's career, he always plays, he was always playing like a lot of games outside of when he actually really messed up his leg in the Olympics. He always played like high games, like 65, 70, 75, 77 games. But it seemed like when he just came to the Clippers, you start seeing like 55 and 54, but like you start seeing lower numbers, 36. So you can only imagine like what is going on. But my thing with PG, and I know people are saying in the comments, is like, I don't doubt that he's not working his ass off to get back on the court. I don't doubt that. But you got to understand the time we're in right now is we're trying to see if you had him on the court, then of course, things change for the team. And when you keep saying stuff like, update on your podcast, and, you're not really saying anything but, you're working hard. I mean, that's not really an update, bro. We know you're working hard. We know that you want to get back on the court. We know we desperately need you, but I'd rather just PG just, remain quiet and let the, Clippers put posts about you, Instagram, whatever, but you stay quiet unless you're coming back the next game, because I'm looking at this series, bro. Like, it's just like, I'm like, man, for the Clippers to be able to be this close in a game without their two best players, I mean, you can only think that, okay, these players are thinking, oh, we just have to have our best players and then we will win. So when you in a situation like this, people don't want to hear you keep saying, I'll be back, or what I won't do is quit, or, I'm working. Like, people don't want to keep hearing the same. They want to hear, okay, I'm coming back on the court. And that's what brings me to Stephen A. Smith, who called out Kawhi Leonard as one of the NBA's worst superstars ever. Now, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Salute, fellas. What's good? Allen, was good. He said, I promise you a healthy Clippers team is beating this team in 5. Yeah, I know. But unfortunately, they're not. So it's kind of tough. It's a tough thing. I'm gonna drop the link in about 10 minutes, man. So basically, y'all come in. It says right here, Stephen A. Smith calls Kawhi Leonard one of the worst NBA superstars ever. If y'all have not seen the video, go on YouTube and y'all can type in Stephen A. Smith, Kawhi Leonard, and you'll see the video pop up. Stephen A. Smith spoke yesterday about Kawhi Leonard missing Game 3 and saying he's one of the worst superstars ever. And pretty much in a nutshell, what he said, the reasons why was because of basically, Kawhi has taken load management to a level that has really taken away from the value of the game. He feels like Kawhi Leonard has become somebody that you can't rely on, you can't depend on. He's not available, and he gets all the perks, but he doesn't show up to work. I mean, kind of the same thing as he called out for Kyrie Irving, right? So I'm looking at this just like, okay, you say all this, right? And I'm looking at this like, look, okay, well, I went through my head back and forth with this, and Bruce can tell y'all, me and him were on the phone for like an hour yesterday talking. I was just like, I was at the point, man, I was just like drained. So I was saying some stuff on the phone, like to Bruce, I was just like, he was just like shocked, but I'm just like, kind of be like, we got to be honest, man. Like, look, Kawhi is my favorite player in the league, man. I think when healthy, he's the best player in the league. I will not take him over anybody when everybody is 100%. I will not take Giannis. I will not take KD. I will not take Joel Embiid. I will not take Steph. I will not take Luka. I will not take any player when healthy in the playoffs if I have Kawhi Leonard, number 2. Right? But because of that key caveat, if healthy, I also got to get on him, and I actually have to, give him some slack or give him some pushback, because part of being a great player is being available. And I could say Kawhi not being available has cost us 2 championships, arguably. The 2019 or the 2021 championship, where I feel like we would have went to the finals and placed the Bucks and won that series. And then last year, you come off a championship, you don't know what would have happened if Kawhi and PG are available for a back that could defend their title. And now you look at this year, here we go again. So this whole thing has made the Clippers on an emotional roller coaster. Salute, Mingle. What's good? It's been an emotional roller coaster dealing with this over the last 3 years. We have not seen Kawhi Leonard in the full postseason over the last 3 seasons. Now let's go back to the drawing board. Last year, what happened? Or in 2021, what happened? He tears his ACL. When he tears his ACL, there was speculation of what actually happened on the play, and the Clippers never released the actual information until the series was over that he had tore it. But you have people saying that he could possibly come back in this series or possibly come back in the finals, but the Clippers weren't saying anything. They kept on leading people astray, saying, okay, well, we don't know. Kawhi might come back, this, that, and the other. Okay, he doesn't come back, and finally he tore his ACL. Okay, the next season, which was last year, we're hearing reports Kawhi Leonard's ahead of, schedule on his rehab. We hear reports that Kawhi Leonard possibly can come back by January or February. We constantly hear these reports, and these Clippers are letting this information get out. And they're basically saying, they're not saying that Kawhi Leonard is shutting them down. They're just constantly letting these rumors go around. And this is my problem with the Clippers. You're a secretive organization, but you leave your fan base out to dry. The ones that pay tickets, the ones that support your team, the ones that pay your salaries, you leave them out to dry without the information that you're supposed to be giving them. Because people had thoughts that he could possibly come back based off of the reports that Chris Haynes was making after certain games that Kawhi Leonard could possibly be there, and he doesn't come back. Now you go to this season, where Kawhi Leonard actually is playing the best in the playoffs, the first 2 games. And we get a report again hours before the game that he has a sprained knee. And now the Clippers are saying it's day to day. He's out for game 4. They ruled him out for game 4. And they win tonight. Let's say they win today. Who knows what happens for game 5? We might hear another report that Kawhi Leonard's out for game 5. And then it's like, okay, here we go again. It's a lot to deal with throughout it's already a stressful time right now because we're in the playoffs, we're in the war. But to not have your best player and these players to play their ass off, play their heart off, the least y'all can do is be transparent. And that's my issue with Kawhi Leonard. As much as we get on Zion Williamson for him not making the playoffs, at least he got up on that podium, or he got up and spoke about what he was feeling. He said that I just don't feel like Zion right now. You might have not liked the answer, but at least you got an answer. At least he spoke. At least a 22-year-old Zion Williamson got on the mic and spoke to the reporters and said, I just don't feel like myself. I don't have to like it, but I can respect that because at least he came on and spoke. Kawhi, 31 years old, has always had a problem. He does not approach the media. He does not speak. It's his personality. I get it. But this is how the rumors and this is how stuff gets piled up when you don't want to speak out about yourself and actually tell the fan base what's really going on. I mean, shit, you missed 3 straight postseasons. When are you going to start speaking up and stop letting the organization speak for you? But then again, Kawhi doesn't care what people think, and that's why he's not doing it. Well, guess what? If that's why you're not doing it, the fan base has the right to trash you. The fan base has a right to boo you. The fan base has a right to talk shit about you because you're choosing not to take your own thoughts and put it on yourself. You can speak for yourself, and I guarantee you the fan base will take a little bit more of a soft approach when they know what's actually happening. And it makes me think about the Spurs, man. This makes me think about the Spurs. And shout out to, Ticket for this, man, Ticket TV, because he's been the only person that's been consistent about this. He told us that Kawhi Leonard, if he was actually many of these many of this he said that a lot of these players are not playing because they're not getting their checks taken away. If these players actually had not get guaranteed money and they had to be forced to play, they would actually sit up there and play. Now, it makes me think about the Spurs for this reason. The Spurs medical staff, I defended Kawhi on this. They said that Kawhi was healthy to play and they could not find anything was wrong with his knee, that it was all in his head and it was all something that he was thinking of in his own mind. Kawhi gets doctors' second opinions and he sees that there's something going on, something wrong. He misses the entire season. The Spurs don't know what's happening with Kawhi. Kawhi starts isolating himself from the team and all that stuff. He ultimately gets traded to the Toronto Raptors. He gets a championship out of it. He has low management. He leaves the team and goes to the Clippers. But it makes me think about the Spurs for this reason. Because The stuff that we're questioning now is the same thing the Spurs were questioning. Like, what is going on with Kawhi? And again, he will not speak. He will not talk. So how much can you defend a person who won't even speak for themselves? And I know he hears the noise. He may act like he don't hear it, but I know he hears the noise. Like, it's just like it's the same thing we're going through now. I don't doubt Kawhi wants to play, but it's obvious that he will not play unless he's 110%, and you're never going to always be 110%. I've seen the greats play through more worse injuries than a minor discomfort in his knee. Now, it's a little different because I know in his mind, mentally, he's thinking about that ACL tear, he's thinking about all that. Bro, I tore in both my Achilles, both. So if there's anybody who can speak about mental when it comes back to the injury, it's me. 2 separate tears in 2 separate feet. So no one can come and tell me, oh, you don't know what Kawhi is going through. You don't know what Kawhi is. Bro, I've already dealt with this on 2 separate feet. Go look up a torn Achilles. That's the worst injury you can have in sports. So I know what he's it's a mental thing with Kawhi. It's not a physical thing. So this is how I see things. People, because they're asking me, I'm gonna let y'all in a few minutes. People are asking, should they blow this up? If I'm Steve Ballmer, like I've said before, and I said this on the stream, I said when the season is over, whatever happens, I'm firing that medical staff, because that medical staff, they trusted the medical staff to have the right implications throughout the season. And it's just not been Kawhi. It's been Paul George too. These guys cannot stay healthy, and they've been under your tutelage for the last 3 seasons. Again, Paul George was never this injury prone until he came to the Clippers. John Wall came to this team, and he said he wasn't even hurt, and they were already keeping him out. So it wasn't just, oh, Kawhi Leonard has an issue, that's why they're... No, it's been multiple players that's been dealing with injuries, stars with the Clippers who have problems. Look at the past. Look at Blake Griffin and CP3. Dealt with injuries at the worst possible time. So something is not right. Everyone's getting fired in that medical staff. Every last one of them. And I'm not talking about the ones who had nothing to do, but I'm talking about the ones who went through with this plan saying that it was going to work, and it hasn't worked. I'm cleaning house if I'm Steve Ballmer, because it's bad for business. And then also depends on how far this team goes. If they're able to, whatever happens, I'm not counting them out yet. Tyronn Lue, I think, depending on how far the Clippers go, he might be out. If Kawhi and PG don't come out, I think Tyronn Lue's done with the Clippers. And you know what? As much shit I've given Ty Lue all this season, I will not blame him, because it's a stressful. You don't even know when your best players are going to play. You get a phone call in the morning saying he's not going to be ready to suit up. I mean, it's draining. I'm watching this dude on a press conference. He looks depressed. So I would not blame Ty Lue for leaving. Kawhi and PG, like I said, it's going to depend on what happens the rest of this playoffs, because they can't keep going through this year after year, man. The reason why I give PG a little bit more of a pass, because his injuries are just freak accidents. And like I said, I've seen PG be healthy for a season. Just, unfortunately, you couldn't stop what happened with that player on the Oklahoma City. That's not being injury prone. That's just you having an unfortunate situation. So I wouldn't be so quick just to say, let's just trade PG, because it was just a freak accident. But Kawhi, that's like, and Stephen A. Smith said, he said, difference between PG and Kawhi is PG, we see the injuries right in front of us. Kawhi, we see him drop 31, 32 points, in a game in the playoffs, and then all of a sudden he doesn't play. And it's like, what happened? We just saw him. That's how I was thinking. We just seen Kawhi Leonard on the court. So that makes us in our head be like, what happened? Did he have something that happened when he got home? When he wake up in pain? Like, what happened? But again, let's go back to Kawhi because he doesn't speak. He doesn't speak. He will not speak, bro. So it's unfortunate, man, because I really was looking forward to this series, but I mean, it's just taking the fun out of it, not having the two heavy hitters. It's not even about. I can take a loss. I could take a L, but when I see that stuff like this shit happen, bro, no one is dealing with this type of thing when both your stars, not even one, both of your stars, bro, like this is the same thing as last year. So I mean, it's time. It's something that no one else is dealing with but the Clippers. So I just dropped the link for y'all, man, and I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Any trolls that come in here, man, I ain't got time for y'all, man. I'm not entertaining trolls today. You come in here trolling, bro, you're getting out. Period. If you gotta disagree with certain things, that's cool, but don't come in here. Anybody who's a troll, don't come in here with that, man. I'm letting y'all know that's right now. Have real basketball conversation. I'm not dealing with no trolling today. I ain't got time. I got about an hour tops to talk to y'all, man. I'm gonna get ready for this game. Go through some of these comments. G Master Funk Flex said, BJ, if that was Kobe, he would play. I know that. Yeah, bro. I mean, and this is different. It's a different time, bro. Like these players don't play through any pain, bro. Like most of these players don't. Like I can remember Kobe playing on bone to bone, multiple dislocated fingers, injuries, AI playing through injuries, just people just playing through injuries, getting out there and, you know what I'm saying, playing through the game. These guys don't play through shit. It's just a different time. What's good, man?
Yo, BJ, what's good, bro? Can you hear me?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Oh, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, I'm going through the same stuff you going with. Kawhi, favorite player. I think the same way you do about everything. It's tough, man. They did say this is a game one injury. So to say he didn't try to get on the court, that's a lie. He got on the court. He played. I think this is what I think, BJ. They was just going home and they was like, look, man, we think we can get one of these games and get back to LA 3-2. Or 2-3 or 3-2. So
Phoenix, you mean back to Phoenix 2-2?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I think they're saying worst case scenario, we going back to Phoenix, we lose, we come back to LA down 3-2. That buys a whole nother week, because ain't there two rest games after today? Instead of one rest day, there's two rest days. So there's three days from today, the next game, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I think they said, look, man, we can. This shit is just dangerous. It's iffy. And another thing too is I don't know what, like, a degenerative knee ruins. It took Brandon Roy to slap out his prime. It took his whole career away. So I think Kawhi is probably mentally as confused as we are. Like, dude is like, man, we already know it's degenerative. We already know I can go out here and lose my whole career tomorrow. Or I can go out here and do, like, I think he's just as fucking confused as we are. because it's a degenerative knee. This ain't like the Achilles. You like you went through it twice, which is, man, I hate to hear that because they say that shit like the worst pain. Man, shout out to you, bro. But the degenerative knee is like the Achilles. People come back from the Achilles nowadays. Like you said, it's better science, better nutrition. So they say. But sometimes I question that because, like you also said, we think just alike, bro. To be honest, like you said, hell, it don't seem like none of this stuff is any better because back then they played more. So, I mean, Jordan finished nine seasons, if I ain't mistaken, 9 complete 82-game seasons. That's wild.
Right.
But I think Kawhi, I don't think he has nothing to say because he don't know. Like mentally, bro, you trying to be the best player in the world. Like when, you know, I think that puts a little more confusion and pressure on Kawhi because Kawhi's not just trying to be JJ Redick. He's trying to be the best player on the court at all times. I believe that's why he trained with Kobe. Like, I think he's just as confused as we are. Like, I don't think there's nothing to say. What's he gonna say? All he's gonna do is say 20-minute speech, and then we all gonna be thinking the same thing we thought before the speech started. What is he gonna tell us that's gonna make anything any different than what we already damn know? But I agree about the Clippers medical staff. Serge Ibaka blasted their ass. Chris Paul went off on them many times when he was in Houston about saying that, like, there's players that has always said this staff is terrible. But this was a game 1 injury, and to say Kawhi didn't get on the court is a lie. He got on the court game 2 when they said he might not even should play. So
right, try to play.
So and then they go and say it's day to day. All right. Well, I do know last time they didn't say Kawhi was day to day. They said it's a knee sprain, but they didn't like you said.
They didn't give no timeline. I don't think it's not a torn ACL or like Little Rock asked that question. Nah, it's not. They said it's not referring to that. So it's nothing like a tear or nothing like. So that's out. It's basically he felt pain in that knee. They're taking the precautionary role, and they're not going to allow him to go out there again. So something more serious could happen. That's what's happening. But go ahead.
Yeah, I pretty much had landed my plane. And I'm not on here, gassing you up or nothing. I'm just saying when I say we think alike, I have the same opinion you have. So I just think Kawhi's confused, and I do think that the medical staff is complete trash. I've always said that because you look back through the Clippers' history. It's been the same old story all the time.
Exactly. That's why I said, because you tried everything. The load management doesn't work. And then I'm listening to PG. He's saying that he feel like load management makes him weaker.
Correct.
So if you got multiple guys getting injured, and I'm Steve Ballmer, bro, I'm not wasting another year on this, man. I wouldn't, to be quite honest with you, I don't know if this medical staff was here during the Lob City era, but I would have fired everybody. I would have got a whole complete new staff. Because Steve Ballmer has the money to do whatever he wants. So it's like I would have got a whole new complete staff.
Man, I kind of agree with y'all too. Because I'm telling you right now, if there was Paul George healthy in this series, and then you have Devin Booker going crazy, that is not happening with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George both on the court at the same time. And Westbrook playing with his hustle and intensity on defense too. I'm sorry, bro. The Clippers will be easily winning the series. And I just think the injuries are mad, like, unfortunate.
Y'all see the report Chris Haynes just came out? I just got a notification.
What, right now?
Yeah, from Bleacher Report, Kawhi has no return timetable. Chris Haynes report that it's not looking good, and Clippers don't know when Kawhi Leonard, parentheses knee, will return. Yeah, Yeah, he's got to be hurt. But it's like you said, BJ. They need to. I think it's confusing for everybody, bro. It's a degenerative knee. It's not like Paul George didn't tear nothing, so we see him running up and down the stairs. Well, we ain't gonna see Kawhi running up down no downstairs. I think it's the degenerative knee. The history of that is exactly what we've seen. That thing can go bad at any moment, and that's what ruined Brandon Roy. They say it's tough, bro. Like I don't even know what Ballmer's going. I mean, who's going to trade for Kawhi knowing his knee injury? Who's going to give up what you're supposed to give up for Kawhi in a trade? Knowing how, hey man, he might not be on the court. Every year we play, he might not be on the court. So you want me to give up 3 first-rounders and Jimmy Butler for Kawhi? That's what you're asking? That's what you want? Who's going to do that?
The realist said they just gave Kawhi's sisters. Oh man, I was following this story. Did y'all know about Kawhi's sister?
Nah.
The realist, get on here if you can, bro. He apparently Kawhi's sister had a case where she killed somebody up in Moreno Valley, and
Damn.
yeah, Kawhi has I mean, like I said, he don't speak on it, but she had killed somebody in the Moreno Valley, which is outside of LA, and then she's been on trial for the last few years, and she's been like, if she's gonna, get life or whatever. So I'm pretty sure, like I said, Kawhi has been through a lot of stuff. Just forget basketball, like just his life in general. Like he's been through so much stuff that it's tough dealing with mentally. Now this, like, it's just where'd you see this with Chris Haynes? Because I ain't seen it, because I looked on his Twitter and his Instagram.
Bleacher Report. I just got the Bleacher Report notification when I told you. When I spoke on it, that's when I just saw it. It's on my pull down on my phone.
Let me see.
Let me see if I can copy the link and drop it in the thing. I don't know if that'll work or not. You go to the Los Angeles Clippers Bleacher Report, it'll be the first thing you see at the top.
Yeah, I don't see it. I'm not seeing that. But Bruce, what's good, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I copied and pasted the link on this chat. I don't know if it's going to go into the live chat, if it's going to go. Where does it go when you speak on this chat on the screen?
I don't know. I see it. I don't see it on here though. So, I'll just yeah. I don't see his. You put in the private chat. I see. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. That's so. Just the private chat is only for the people that's on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it right there.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Go ahead, Bruce.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy
What's up,
Saturday. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, Clippers have to win tonight or this afternoon. Yeah, we'll see day by day what happens, and I hope that Devin Booker does not go crazy again this afternoon, and they should double team KD and Devin Booker, and let Chris Paul or Aiton score, whatever. And I'm hoping that Kawhi comes back for Game 5. That's what I'm hoping for, because I'm trying to be positive as much as possible, but we'll see. It seems like Craig wants to keep getting hot. I mean, or stay hot shooting the 3, because I think last game, his three prevented the Clippers to come back and win the game. So I still think that the Clippers can win the series, and I think the Clippers going to win this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm not seeing yeah, the link you sent, man, I ain't even able to open it. I'll check it out later. But
It's a Bleach Report link. If you got Bleach Report app, go on there.
A link about what? I didn't hear what were you guys talking about?
It's Chris Haynes. They're saying it's not looking good for Kawhi. There's no timetable for his return.
okay, I see it now.
But
We won't know until it happens. Chris Haynes also said that, Kawhi could possibly return a lot of these guys I've learned, man, they're just as not knowing as we are. So I mean, I take it with a grain of salt, but I mean, knowing Kawhi now, this news with his sister, I don't think Kawhi's even thinking about. It's just he got so much shit going on, man. Like it's a lot. I don't think. Go ahead, Bruce.
I don't believe those reporters until it's official. Shams was saying that it's unlikely that Draymond gets suspended, and then a few hours later, we hear that he's suspended.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
But we can kind of say that we can not say Kawhi doesn't want to play because he tried to play on game 2, and they decided to sit him out. Yeah, so
it's unfortunate, man. There's no doubt in my mind, and people can say, well, like I hate when people say, well, you can't say what ifs, ands, or buts. Well, you're the same person that's making $100 bet before a series started, or you're the same person going to Vegas and dropping $10,000 on the Suns. So you saying what if? You saying what if the Suns stay healthy when you put your $10,000 down? So I hate when people talk stupid like that. But this reason I say that is in my mind, there's no doubt. My prediction that Kawhi, if he don't roll his ankle against Golden State, and people try to say, well, man, this Golden State, they won 73. Bro, Chris Paul and James Harden, the same people that everybody roast, had these boys beat. The same super team was beat when they had Trevor Ariza. The next year they lost Ariza, so they didn't have nobody to kind of slow down KD. But Chris Paul and James Harden was about to eliminate them boys. They had since game 1, Chris Paul and James Harden was 3-1 versus that super team. 3-1. So there's no doubt in my mind. I think Kawhi has 4+ rings at least if he stays healthy. If he don't go through the degenerative knee, if he don't lose his opportunity 21, 22. Now he's lost 23. He had the opportunity with Doc Rivers, but I mean,
yeah,
just like Ty Lue does, playing guards. You like Doc Rivers. Ty Lue came up under Doc Rivers. That's where all that damn 3-guard lineup shit comes from. Playing Landry Shamet, Reggie Jackson, Lou Williams at one time, thinking you're gonna beat Denver was complete idiotic. So, I know they lost the bubble, but that was stupid, man. Like you had JaMychal Green on the bench who was playing well, who Jokic wasn't abusing, but you put Trez out there for 30+ minutes. I just felt like it's misused, just like I feel right now. I went back and I watched all this tape, game 1, 2, and 3. Does Booker score on T-Man? Absolutely he does. But T-Man is catching this dude while he's in a complete microwave, bro. Booker got 20 points in the third quarter, game 2. He got 20 points in the first quarter of game 3. And then T-Man comes off the bench. So you're not seeing a cool down shooter versus a good defender. And don't tell me if he's a good defender, well, he should cool him off. That's a lie. Because if that's the case, then why did Jamal Murray drop buckets and everybody was trying to make memes and roast Kawhi Leonard in the bubble when they lost Game 7 because Jamal Murray was scoring on Kawhi. There was one play where he stretched Kawhi's whole damn leg out, and they made a meme about it. But so when a scorer is hot, they have the ability to damn near score on anybody, and that's it. We saw that in Game 7. Kawhi was assigned to Jokic. Jokic couldn't score but 16 points. He shut Jokic down in Game 7. Murray was cooking for 40, just like Booker was. And they's like, well, damn, all right, put Kawhi on him. Let's cool this shit down. It didn't work. Jamal Murray still got like 2 or 3 buckets on Kawhi. So you can't tell me that starting T-Man over Gordon it makes our defense better and holds Booker from getting 20 points in one quarter. I'm not saying he's the Booker complete stopper, but to say that I sit here and watch John Morant go 11 for 30 or 11 for 28 with 8 turnovers versus T-Man when he started in Memphis. I sit here and watch T-Man lock up C.J. McCollum for 0 points in a must-win game versus the Pelicans. And then I also watched T-Man start, and Booker only had 19 points a month or two ago. And don't say with KD went on the court because Booker was getting points against other people without KD on the court. So don't tell me we didn't have KD. Like people just talk reckless, bro.
Let me talk. Let me bring Kirkland in, and then we'll go to other people. And 65 people here. Let's get these likes up, man. 65 people. What's good, Kirk?
What's going on, BJ?
What's up, man? What's the deal?
Man, I'm chilling, man. But I mean, I'm like y'all. I'm truly upset, or just I guess flabbergasted, whatever you want to call it, man. Like this is crazy. I ain't gonna lie about the Clippers, man. I can't even really. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when I first heard the news, bro, I thought, well, especially for Game 4, I'm like, is the Clippers purposely trying to throw the series so the Suns can go to the finals? In my head, I don't know. That was just me guessing, though. So I'm not, assuming, but I'm just surprised. I didn't think Kawhi was really that injured. I didn't think his knee was, totally bad. Then I'm looking at, I looked at the Clippers starters today. I'm like, the only 2 players that's not playing for the Clippers today is Kawhi and Paul George. That's the only 2 players that's not playing for the Clippers. I'm like, that's unbelievable. Just those 2. Everyone else for the Clippers franchise is healthy. Anyone can play except the 2 stars. I'm like, that's crazy.
Okay. I'm going to ask y'all a very deep question. So, do we blow this up after this season, or do we give it one more year and make serious changes, meaning the medical staff is fired? Because according to Clip K74, he said that he thinks the medical staff's been here since the 2000s. So, since the Sterling era. So,
that's what I've always heard. They've had the same staff forever.
If I'm Bowman, I blow it up.
I don't think.
care. I'll get rid of those injury prone. You cannot have injury prone superstars. Injury prone superstars forever. That's been the Clippers story the last couple of years. We had Chris Paul, injury prone. Blake Griffin, injury prone. Paul George, injury prone. Kawhi Leonard, injury prone. It's too much, man. It's too much. It's too much. Being a Clippers fan, you need a psychologist, man. You need a counselor. You need a mental counselor every postseason. It's always the same thing. You get hype. You get hype in November, October. Well, yeah, we have the team. And then you never deliver. We always win Lakers championship. Championship on paper. But when are the Clippers going to win the championship for real? Right?
Yeah.
It's always the same thing every year. You have the team to beat everybody. Clippers can beat everybody. I don't see a team that can beat the Clippers if everybody's happy. I don't see any team. And the Suns are overrated. Overrated.
Yeah.
Overrated.
Suns are definitely, from what I'm seeing from the Clippers right now, even from Kawhi, Paul George being injured, and the bench from the Clippers still playing outstanding. The Suns are definitely overrated. I see what y'all mean, blow it up. Like that's my first thoughts is to blow it up because it's like we're not accomplishing anything. And even the bubble season, I don't count the bubble because the bubble started when the NBA season was over. So you can count. Well, I'm not counting the bubble. I'm like the bubble's out of here. So take out the bubble, right? And the 2 seasons, 20. That's 2 championships right there. So I see what y'all mean, blow it up. I don't say blow it up because first, I think Kawhi's like 32, right? He's not that old. Paul George is like 32, maybe 33. These dudes aren't old though, but Kawhi has like a older injury. So I think they should still keep the team. In my personal opinion, I think they should do something. But the contracts for all these players is the one thing I'm worried about. The contracts, like I don't know how they're
you
going
got
to keep
both of them on
everybody.
Supermax, no?
Huh?
You got both of them on Supermax contracts, no?
Yeah, I'm not worried about. I'm not talking about the stars though. I'm talking about the pieces, the key pieces. I'm talking about Terrence Mann, Eric Gordon, Plumlee, Bones. How do you keep all those people on a contract? Are these players going to stay? Because they're only staying because Kawhi and Paul George. So it's like they're not healthy though. So it's like I don't know what they're going to do. So they might have to blow it up. I don't want them to, but I don't know. I don't see them keeping all this talent though. This is a lot of talent on that team, and it's a lot of young talent too, young and like kind of middle-aged talent. So I say keep it because
Wait, young talent on what team? The Clippers?
yeah, you still got young. You got young talent over there. I mean, not
But Batum has
like
to go. Marcus Morris has to go. Eric Gordon has to go.
yeah.
And
I
what
mean,
other
yeah.
young talent?
You're probably right about that. I mean, here's my thing. Look, I say don't blow it up because Kawhi and Paul George, right? They're not like surgery needing injuries. Like these two can actually come back, start the next season off. I'm just saying, hopefully. I mean, who knows? But they can still
Hey,
start off the 2023-24 season healthy. Like right if
hey,
they
hey,
like
how many years in a row has Chris Paul played in the playoffs now since he left LA?
oh shit.
Every year.
Damn.
Every year since he left LA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He said the food they had him eating, the diet. He bashed them boys, and Serge Ibaka was pissed. He said they messed his situation up as well.
Really? Hey, well I'm with BJ. Fire the
Fire the whole medical staff.
yeah, fire not the players, but fire them. I mean, they can start the season off fresh and healthy. They can literally lose the series, which they're probably going to if they're not healthy, and still start off the new season with a healthy Kawhi and a healthy Paul George and whatever pieces you got. They can still start off another season, even though it sucks, but they can definitely do it. But like he said, fire the whole medical staff before you blow up the team because Kawhi's not going nowhere. They're not going to trade him. I doubt they're going to trade him. They're not trading Kawhi, bro. I don't see that happening. Like Ty Lue will vouch for that. He's not trading Kawhi. You're not trading Paul George. That damn. He's still healthy. So I mean, if you're gonna blow up the team, you're just gonna get rid of these pieces that you just got. So I don't like. If you're gonna blow it up for what though? My thing. I don't. Unless Kawhi retires, he might retire in the next 2 years. Who knows? I mean, his knees are not that good. So
Let me go to the realest. What's good, man?
Good, y'all. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was devastating, to get that news. When was that?
Thursday.
Right, Thursday.
hell yeah, bro.
And, yeah, that was devastating. And I don't think they're gonna blow it up. They're gonna keep Kawhi and PG. You got to keep in mind they're going to a different arena, so they're not gonna get rid of them. They're gonna get rid of the role players. Batum gone, Morris gone. I think they're gonna keep Plumlee because they see they do need a big. They need the backup big. They're gonna keep him. Who else we got?
How long is Norman Powell's contract? I know Terrence Mann has one more year of contract.
Right, T-Man got one more. I think Norm got one more too.
They want to keep him though for sure. They definitely want to keep him.
Right, yeah, I think they're gonna
have to keep Norm because of the
due to the injuries. Right, due to the injuries, they're gonna keep him. Man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I didn't even watch that game, man, because I was just so. That news killed my fucking spirit, man. My basketball spirit. Well, I didn't even watch the Golden State game. I'm like, this shit is just crazy. And it's like, man, and like Bruce say, man, I never rooted for a team like the Clippers that send you on an emotional roller coaster throughout the season, man, where it's like, you just, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Do I feel like Kawhi? I mean, sometimes I feel like Kawhi don't really care. So why should I care about this thing? But
What Lawrence Frank's saying the complete opposite of that, though.
man, that don't that sound good though? To say that he want to play.
It does sound good, but
I don't think no GM gonna come out and say, or president or I don't think they're gonna say, this player don't want to play. He don't want to play.
Well, all he had to say was, man, it's unfortunate for Kawhi. We don't know what's gonna happen with his knee. Y'all have a good day. Like he didn't have to say, man, this dude is devastated. He's dying, and he also said what BJ said. He's dying to play, and we held him out. That he didn't say Kawhi don't feel like he can go. We respect Kawhi's decision. If the man say he can't play, we respect that. He can't play. He didn't say none of that. He could have, and it wouldn't have caused no harm.
Yeah.
That's why I was trying to say. That's why I was trying to tell you, man. Kawhi has to speak for himself.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I can buy that, BJ. I really don't know.
No. I hear what you're saying, but that's why I said to my man. I said this is where you got to speak up for yourself, because Zion, as much as people was questioning him and his injury, he may have not gave you the answer you wanted, but he gave you an answer. He said, I just don't feel like myself. I don't feel like Zion. I don't feel like I can step out. I don't feel like it. How hard is that to say that? That's when I can go to the mic, or I can go to the reels and say he has a point. Like, bro, if these rumors are piling up because you're choosing not to speak.
Yeah, that's cool.
You got to talk and say, listen, man, like, this is the deal. I want to be out there with my team. I love my team. I want to play. And just know that I'm actually giving my all. Like, I mean, I don't know what's happened. We're trying to sort this out. PG did the same thing he has a podcast. Hell, we talk about PG saying he says too much, but sometimes it's good to be transparent. So when the realist says that he doesn't care, bro, I kind of agree with that, because look at the Spurs, man. The Spurs went through the same thing. Look through that whole tenure. Kawhi never said anything. It was his uncle.
That's why I was gonna go. That's what I was about to say too. Look at the Spurs, man.
His uncle spoke up for him every time. He never talked one time.
Right. I just feel like, Kawhi, he back at home, which is LA. He got his 2 championships. And I'm not gonna say he don't care about. See, we gotta keep in mind, Kawhi know he's not gonna have a long career. And I done said this plenty of time. He know that. So he looking at it is anything that's gonna prolong my career, I'm gonna do it. I'm looking out for me.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. And as fans, we hate it, man. If you're a fan of Kawhi, you hate this. You hate it. But I mean, that's really what it is, man.
Yeah.
Kawhi is looking out for Kawhi, man. And if I'm his teammate, and this is what I said with the whole Marcus Moore being benched. If I'm Marcus Morris, yes, I do feel some type of way, even though I'm playing bad as hell. But I do feel some type of way, because it's like, man, I was here last year. I helped us get, to the point where we could have made the playoffs. And now you just gonna kick me to the curb?
Should have made the playoffs if Paul George plays in that playing game. But yeah.
Right. So it's like, I get it from his, and we don't know, we haven't heard the reports on how that went, but we know he had a problem with the organization benching him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna say Kawhi don't want to play. Kawhi does. Like, I think he cares. I think he definitely does. Because it's like, like you just said, as a Kawhi fan, when he plays, he gives you 110%. So it's like you watch him play, you like, oh, this dude wants to play. Like like even that 2019 series, he was injured, but he felt like he could play. Like he was hobbling, especially after that dunk over Giannis or whatever. He was hobbling and shit. Even after the finals, like he was definitely injured, but he was like, oh, I feel like I can play. But if he doesn't feel like he can't play, he's not playing because he's not going.
My whole thing is with that though, Kawhi saying this may be an easy way. This may be an easy path to the championship though.
Yeah.
See, because he had Milwaukee's on the rope already.
Yeah.
So I mean, man, if I'm his, I wonder what his teammates feel. Because like I say,
they probably feel devastated, bro. Just like they probably
that game. Like I said, I didn't watch the last game, but I'm just hearing people talk about how it was close, man. How they could have won it.
Of course,
if I'm the team, man, I'm thinking like, man, we got our best players on the bench, man.
Literally, just two of them, bro. Like I just said, you just had Paul George and Kawhi out. The whole team is healthy, except the stars, man. Like where you hear that at, man? Like the whole team healthy except Paul George and Kawhi. Like, I thought they was throwing the series, bro. I'm like, you can't play game 4. Like, are they just like, are you purposely? Are you throwing the series, bro? That's why I really thought. I'm like, is the NBA rigged right now? That's what I thought.
And you know what too, and I'm not gonna lie, and I know Bruce don't like the whole, the theories, and me and Big Tone like to speak on it. I do think the league wants to see KD versus LeBron.
Bro, they're pushing it so bad right now, and
it's like we got the whole KD versus Kawhi.
Yeah,
and let's be honest. Let's be honest. If Kawhi and PG ain't gonna come back, the league don't want that. You see what I'm saying? They don't want that. They'll take a Kawhi and LeBron in the Western Conference because that'll be the battle of LA. So that's another storyline too.
Exactly.
But if they see, okay, the Clippers is hobble, let's get them out the way then. And that's when you're seeing like all them refs control. And like people got to understand, rig is real in sports, man. That shit is real, man.
That shit is real.
So it's like, okay, what's the way to control a game? The refs. That's how they can control the game. Do I think the Clippers may come out and win today?
They could.
I mean, they could.
But is it going to matter though?
What do it? You took the words out of my mouth. What do it matter though?
Exactly.
What do it matter?
Like if Kawhi's not coming back game 5, we might. And I could look. Russell played great. Norman Powell matched Devin Booker. Like Norman Powell's a very underrated scorer. So it's like we definitely could win. That's not even the problem. It's like Kevin Durant has yet to have let's be honest though. Kevin Durant has yet to have a great game in the playoffs. He's probably gonna have it today. So it's like he's been averaging like 27.
That's all right though. That's all. You think KD care about that?
No, he don't.
KD want to make it out this first round. So if he having a bad game, and Booker controlling and they winning, he'd rather have Booker go off and
Oh yeah, and that's why he wanted to go over there because Booker got that. Let's be honest, Booker. They go as Booker goes. He's
exactly
dog for them. He's that Kobe for him. Like that's what Kevin Durant wants. That's like Steph Curry was his alpha, or Draymond or whatever. Westbrook was his alpha. Kyrie was his alpha. Now it's Devin Booker. Devin Booker's his alpha. So,
and then, like I say, man, you got Booker, man, and that high yellow light skinned motherfucker. I mean, with the shit talking he do when he's up, man, it's like.
I mean, hey, man, Devin Booker, man. I mean, as much shit as you talk about, man, score, man. He is a very one of the most dynamic scorers we've ever seen. But
yeah. Luka can score too. But when he up, he a big shit talker. But when he down, he a crybaby. You see what I'm saying?
He don't talk shit, when the shit start. So you right about that. And CP3, man, he's such a front runner. It's not even funny, man. CP3 pisses me off so bad. But man, but hey, man.
So who still believe that the Clippers can win the series?
No, not the series. If none of these stars come back, it's over. It's over, bro.
They not win the series. Well,
Kevin Durant will have 40 before they win the series. Like, Stop.
And y'all talk about KD and Booker. The league not gonna allow them. They not
That's
gonna
why
allow them.
Rob was like, they call Kawhi and tell him not to play Game 4. Like, just
The
don't
league
play
not
Game
gonna
4.
allow that to happen, man. They not gonna allow them to happen.
Like,
I
don't
think
even
the
know how
Clippers will win this afternoon. Kawhi comes back for Game 5 or Game 6,
I would
and
hope
we
so.
might
Hey,
see Paul George.
I would hope, bro. I hope Kawhi come back, bro. Hey,
Because Chris Haynes, first of all, nigga, how you gonna say there's no timetable to return? I mean, that's like one of my problems with these reports. They say obvious shit, like saying it's no timetable. We know that because we don't know what the next day holds because we're going based off of what Kawhi feels. So of course, ain't no timeline because we don't know what's going to happen. So that's not really a report to me. That's just the Clippers telling you something. They're going to hold off and wait till the next day, see how he feels. It's pretty much day to day. That's pretty much what Chris Haynes just says, a day to day. Like we're seeing how it's going to happen. So he could, I mean, listen, I'm going to ask y'all, do y'all think Kawhi is telling himself and this medical staff that he doesn't feel comfortable going? Do y'all really think that the medical staff is the one taking the initiative and say we're not putting you out there?
I think it's the staff, bro. Who said it a while ago? Was it the Kirkland guy? Or was it the realist? The man played the NBA playoffs on one fucking leg, bro. Excuse my language.
Yeah, he did.
Excuse my language.
He did.
So this man, and then one of you other guys also said, man, when he gets on the court, bro, he's giving his all as if. And then Lawrence Frank says, man, he wants to play.
Literally.
Lawrence Frank said the man wants to play. We holding him out.
I hope that's the case.
Like the man got on the court in Toronto on one leg. So for his uncle, if his uncle, I don't believe it's about his uncle either. I believe it's the damn medical staff, bro. His career was on the line in 2019 on one leg, and this man is yamming on what everybody says the best player in the league now, Giannis. He gentleman swept this man, bro.
That tells me then, okay, well, this is what I say. If Kawhi, there's no one that knows himself more than he do. So if this man says, I can go and I'm ready to go, and we've seen him do this in 19, and what was the injury he was dealing with? Because I saw him limping too.
The knee injury was the same old knee injury.
It's been the degenerative knee, bro. His whole career has been about the knee.
He played through the whole playoffs with that same knee. And it's something that Kendrick Perkins said, and it made sense. I don't agree with everything he say, but he made sense. He said, when you deal with a knee sprain, and when you deal with something like that, it's pain tolerance.
Yeah.
Like, what is your pain tolerance?
Yeah.
We saw pain tolerance in 2019.
So it's like, bro, if the man's telling you I can play, yes, I'm a little uncomfortable, and the medical staff still saying no, then you are kind of holding him back and you sabotaging. Because if the man's telling you I can go, let me get out there. Now you put the emphasis on himself, bro.
But keep in mind though, too, BJ, Kawhi came out and said he don't like to play unless he's 100%.
But we saw in 2019 that wasn't the case.
But like I said, with that situation, he seen he could probably get a championship.
What do you think this situation is right now?
This situation is he may feel like odds is against them. You see what I'm saying? So why risk? Because I mean, man, it's a tougher path.
Wait a minute.
Hell no, it ain't no tough path, bro.
The West is. What have we been saying? What have we been saying the whole time, bro?
Hey, we knock off the Suns. Who we play next?
The Nuggets.
But that's the thing. The Nuggets are. I don't think the Nuggets. That's a difference. We have a different. It's a different team, bro.
We don't even know. Let's be honest. And you touched on this shit. Our organization are some fucking liars. Yeah. They don't like to tell the truth. That's just, So we don't even know when PG actually coming back. So we knock off. So we knock off the Suns, right? We knock off the Suns. Denver about to be done with their series, right? Because they about to sweep. Okay. So we knock off the Suns. just say if we take this, just say 7 games. I'm just gonna throw out 7 games, right?
Okay.
Now you already know the league been bullshitting us anyway. So how many days of rest you think we're gonna get after just say if we
Bro,
knock off the Suns?
I mean, let me. Kenneth Cole said something. He said something. Hey, bro, if you can come in, because he played ball, so I like to have players' opinions who actually play too. He said, I played in the IBA. I don't know if that's the Indonesian Basketball Association. He said, I've had the same injury PG had with no torn ligaments, and I only missed 2 games. I played through soreness for a week, and it was back to normal. See, this is what I told y'all before. I said, how much time does PG need off? Like, I mean,
the man is running bleachers, bro, wide open. Running
like
the bleachers, bro. Come on, man.
how much time does this man need off to be back on the court, bro?
But
Like,
but then again, BJ, which one is it though? Is it see 1 minute you saying the players can make this decision, but then the next minute you saying it's up to the medical staff. So if the medical staff say no, even though you telling us you feel good, we not gonna do this unless we clear you.
I hear you, but I'm also saying
IBA don't have the same rules either. That's a whole different situation.
I'm saying like the medical staff wouldn't have known unless Kawhi told them I'm not feeling well. You can't examine and say, oh, my knee is messed up unless you tell them something.
Right.
So he had to tell them and say, listen, there's something going on with my knee. I'm not feeling 100%, and that gave him the notice to play. That's what happened. So if the man's telling you, so that's what it's a catch-22 now with Lawrence Frank. If you saying that this man's desperate to play, and we just seen him play in game 2, and we seen him play through an entire playoffs with a bum knee.
Literally.
What is it? You're basically saying fuck this season and go to the next year.
Exactly.
Pretty
That's
much.
what it look like, bro.
And this is why I say they're not going. This is why I say they're not going to trade them guys. Because if they was going to trade them, they'd just say fuck it, let them play. They're not going to trade them, man. They're not going to trade.
That's why
he said there's no time to wait for him to be 100%. He should play on a 50 or 70. Bro, that's what I'm getting at, bro. You'll never be 100%.
Right.
And that's when I heard the Clippers say we're not going to put him on unless he's 100. That's when I looked at him sideways. So I'm like, this is like, now we're sabotaging. Now we're speaking two sides. We want to win a championship, you're saying, but then you're not going to throw him out. He's like 100%. But the series will be over by then.
Literally.
And if I'm Steve Ballmer, I'm looking at it like, bro, like,
that's
really, I'm literally ready to get rid of everyone in his organization. I'm looking at people sideways because he leaves this up to Lawrence Frank and these other guys to make decisions.
Right.
Hey, bro, that's why I thought they was throwing a series, bro. I'm just looking. I'm like, he's out for game 4 too, and it's like Paul George is, looking good. And I'm like, what is really going on over there? Like, no one can't play. Like, what time it is right now. Phoenix don't have a bench. Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul's playing 40+ minutes. The time's now to beat them. We can beat them. We could have beat them in 5 games, honestly.
Right. Because you got to keep in mind. You got to keep in mind too. The Suns, they're gonna fix their roster next year.
Facts.
So it's like this is the time to knock this team off, man.
Now, man. And Kawhi knew that though. Kawhi knew that in game 1 and game 2. So that's why I was like, he was playing out of his mind, but he's gonna do that regardless. But he knows. Come on, bro. He knows what time. And
I don't even like the shit. I don't know if you touched this, BJ. I don't even like the shit PG doing on his podcast. I don't even like that shit, man.
I saw that. I touched on that. I already touched on that.
So they're throwing the series on purpose, bro. I'm like, what's going on, man? What is really going on over there?
If we're going to come in with conspiracy theories, bro, I would believe that PG and Kawhi trying to set Ty Lue up to be fired before I'd believe any of that other nonsense.
Ty Lue's doing his job too, though. Ty Lue's looking like the best head coach in the NBA right now. I'm not even lie to you. Behind Mike Brown, Ty Lue's looking like the best head coach, and I can't even get on Ty Lue because all he's doing is he's doing his job. He's putting people in. He's putting people in the score. He's telling Russ, do you? Like Ty Lue's looking amazing right now. All the shit we was talking to Ty Lue looks really. Ty Lue's backing up his shit. Like this is He's a chess. He's a chess. You know what I'm saying? Like master, bro. I
So,
can't even blame
so you
Ty
don't
Lue.
think he's playing too much offense and neglecting defense?
No, I think that we're missing our best players on defense.
Right? Yeah, man. We just
So
it's
you
too much,
don't think
man.
you don't think if you start Westbrook, T-Man, Norm, Rocco, Zubac, or Batum, whoever you want to put the power forward, however y'all personally like it. So you don't think that catching Booker before he gets scorching hot with a Russ, T-Man, Rocco defensive lineup, well, you don't think that will affect what the Suns are doing?
No,
opposed to trying to outscore people that you're not going to outscore?
It would, but you're right.
I think
I would win this series if I was. I know this sounds arrogant as hell, but we all have our opinions and we all get arrogant sometimes. So don't judge me. I would win this fucking series if I saw Westbrook and Norman Powell giving these boys 30. That 30 replaces the 30 that Kawhi and PG got, and I got one problem over there, and it's the light skinned dude. That's my problem. Gordon, you ain't giving me 8 threes a game. Torrey Craig's making you look stupid. You out of here, son. T-Man, get on the court. We go. Rocco, get on the court. We going with defense because my offense is coming from the same two guys that I'm going to start with, T-Man and Rocco. So I got the same offense on the court. I just need a little more defense. And T-Man shoots a better percentage than them fools. He shoots 39%. That's the problem. T-Man was 3 for 3, bro.
Hold on. Let me. My bad. Let me let the other ones love Young Africa, and then we go with Kenneth. What's good, Young Africa? 1-1.
Welcome, my brother BJ, man. What up, man?
1-1.
Hey,
What's
it's tough,
up, brother?
man. Look, man, to the topic of discussion, man. Look, Kawhi was looking like the best player in the series, clear cut the best player in the series. And that's tough for any true basketball fan. That's not what you want. I've been saying all season long, I want to see the best versus the best. And as a fan of the game, that's a sad thing to see because we're watching two great teams, go at it. And now there's questions on if Kawhi going to play for the rest of the series. So that's a sad thing. Kawhi was looking real good, man. He was dominating and he was playing at an elite level. And so, first off, I want to say, the realist, that's why you don't laugh too early, realist. You know what I mean? You was laughing when LeBron went down, and this is what you get. I told you to lay low, keep it cool.
Hey, Young
but you
Africa,
had to
man.
talk loud. No. I ain't addressing you. Don't respond. Hey, let me finish, though. Let me finish, though.
On some real shit.
No.
Shit. Stop saying that shit, man.
No.
Like
You needed to stop saying
it wasn't. I'm laughing at the injury. I was laughing at you being mad.
I didn't say nothing about it.
And I got
you was laughing about the Lakers. Hey, look at them getting emotional. Can I get my shit off, man?
Wait a minute.
I know you're
laughing. No,
I know you're
emotional. How I'm laughing at the Lakers when I see it from the jump. I wanted the Lakers to be in the playoff.
No. Let's not switch up. Hold on. Let me finish though. Let's not switch up. I know you're emotional.
Don't come here and lie, man. That's all I'm saying.
You was laughing. You was making jokes.
Yeah, I was laughing at you.
You was
laughing. I wasn't making no jokes about LeBron. I was laughing at you. Yeah.
Hey,
so just say that.
You laughed.
Say that. I was laughing at you being mad, man.
All right, stick on topic. You got go ahead, man.
Okay. Yeah, man. So, hey, before brother cut me off, man, I told him, and this is what happens, man. Don't laugh too soon when it comes to the regular season, right? And so, when it comes to the game itself and what happened, this is why I said to you, BJ, man, throughout the whole season, I had questions on can Kawhi play at this level for a consistent level every second day in the playoffs, and can he sustain that with the injuries that he's had, not playing back-to-back throughout the season? You've had questions on the medical staff, right? And he's got the way to go. And now we got the same questions I was asking you early in the season. Is it Kawhi or is it the medical staff, right? At the end of the day, you played through it. You got injured in game 1. You played through it in game 2. And now we got questions on how bad the injury is and if you can play for the rest of the series. And I don't understand how you would let a playoff game go. I don't understand how you're looking at the future or you're trying to preserve him for what? I don't know, because you tried to preserve him for this very moment, and now we're trying to talk about the future. That might be a Kawhi business decision, but I can't say, right? Only the man himself can say. So at the end of the day, this is the issues that I've had with the Clippers all season long, is can they sustain health throughout the season into the playoffs, consistent injuries, and it's a sad situation for the Clipper fans, man, because Y'all been saying that this is a do or die season, championship or bust season, and it's looking like it's about to be a bust. And so, and when the man says, and when the brother says that the only issue is Devin Booker, that's because the game plan is to double KD. That's because you're pressing on KD. And so Devin Booker is the release of that. And he's making y'all pay for that. And it's looking nasty out here because y'all checking him one-on-one. And when you rotate off the doubles, he's attacking the closeout and getting to his spots, man. And so to change the coverage up on Devin Booker means you would have to change the doubles that you're sending to KD. And so it's pick your poison. There's some crazy background sounds right now.
That's
But
facts.
anyway, you got to pick your poison with who you want to get it from,
Yeah,
and so
facts.
that's why this team is heavy. If you leave KD one-on-one, he gonna cook as well. But he making a smart business move. He's not pressing. He's not pushing. He's not taking many bad shots. There was one bad shot I saw where in the last game where he went for the jump shot when y'all were playing 5 guards and Aiden was in the key and he should have passed to Aiden. But at the end of the day, man, this is a tough squad. They got 4 legit guys that can give you 20 on any given night, 30 on any given night, and it was always going to be a hard series. But to be honest, I had the Suns in 5. But the way KD played, Kawhi played the first 2 games, honestly, y'all were looking like y'all were going to win. And that's a shout out to Kawhi and his greatness, even making this a competitive series without his second best play. The way it looked like, bro, if y'all had Paul George in the game, y'all were going to win this series, bro. Y'all clear cut when it comes to the whole round, top to bottom roster. You got a better roster, better team straight up, better coach straight up. But at the end of the day, Paul George doesn't risk it. And if Paul George plays, Kawhi doesn't have to carry that load on offense. He might not have got injured, right? He doesn't have to press for the last 6 games, even ending the regular season, pressing, playing over 40 minutes a game and putting pressure on himself. And so that's wear and tear, right? That knee sprain comes from playing heavy minutes in the last 10 games of the regular season and then the first 2 games of the playoffs. The first game, especially playing over 40 minutes in the game, dominated and getting the dub. And so that's tough, man. That's tough. That's unlucky. That's unlucky. And I feel for y'all Clipper fans, man. It's a tough situation, but Lakers looking like, man. What can I say?
Let me go to Kenneth.
What's good, fam?
What's good, bro? Appreciate you, man. Welcome to the show, my guy.
Yeah, I'll check you out sometime, man. I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe. Y'all be doing good work. But nah, man, it's 3 things that stick out to me. That kind of make me feel like the league is, whether it's Vegas or whatever the case is going on, whenever you got any type of injury to like a thigh, knee, any type of lower extremity, right, ankle, foot, whatever, that's noticeable. It's noticeable in everything you do, the way you run, right, jump, land, all that stuff. We didn't see any of that in Kawhi within the first 2 games of this series, right? He looked perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? He was explosive, dunking, pushing people out the way. And like, if y'all play ball, there's certain type of plays where if you got a knee tweak or ankle tweak, you ain't moving people around and still exploding to the rim and dunking and stuff like that. It's going to be a type of like a finesseful type of reaction to it, right? Then Paul George been out for over a month with a knee sprain. I think I messaged y'all, saw that. I had the same injury, the same hyperextension that he had with no tears. I was out for maybe like 2 games, maybe like a week, came back with soreness and just played my way back to 100%. And these guys got the best access to the best everything, best treatment, you name it, right? And then Rocco clearly is the better player than Morris for him to not be playing in this series. None of this stuff adds up. So that's what kind of makes me question, is it coming from the front office, right? Because I'm like, okay, we watched Kawhi limp through the entire playoff run in Toronto. We saw him not being 100%. And he still guarded Giannis. And he was down 0-2 against Milwaukee with Toronto and came back and won 4 straight. We watched this guy go through Embiid, Jimmy Butler, all-star Ben Simmons, and then he faced a beat-up Golden State in the finals. But none of this adds up, man, because I'm watching this guy play. I'm like, okay, Kawhi looks solid, right? And then they reported that he tweaked it game 1, right? I'm like, okay, fine. If he tweaked it game 1, the odds of you winning 2 games straight away in the playoffs slim to none. So why don't you rest him game 2? Right? Come back game 3. Or even if you rest him game 2 and 3, the role players still played their tails off in game 3. Now you got him back for sure game 4. So none of this makes sense. If you're really, wherever it's coming from, right? If he told you, hey, I tweaked my knee game 1, but I'm going to try to play through it. No, sit him down. Sit him down game 2. Say, no, don't worry about it. Sit him down game 2. We're going to come back fresh game 3. right? Considering how your schedule is set up, the Clippers don't get like the only team in the postseason that don't get any days off, right? Which is weird in itself. So all these kind of questions to me, man, I'm like, and you can see Lou's face if y'all watch his post game interview.
Facts.
You saw he was just like defeated. You know, he was just like, man, this is like some BS. You know what I mean? So the frustrating part about it is that as a Kawhi fan, we don't know where it's coming from, if it's him, but we have heard him and PG say, we want to play, and they won't let us. PG spoke out against the load management and stuff like that. So it's frustrating, man, because we know we could have got it done. But now it's just like, man, what do you do at this point, right? Like, I wish Kawhi would speak out and say something, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the only part about it. I mean, what my man was saying, who was just speaking, I think somebody was saying that Kawhi is afraid of competition or something like that. Nah, that ain't the case. You don't get to be a superstar and be afraid of competition. That's like oil and water. They don't mix. Kawhi ain't afraid of competition, man. He never has been. That ain't him.
He had reports, brother. He told Ty Lue, hey, man, your defense ain't working. I got Luka from now on. He has reports in Toronto.
Yeah.
Bro, hey, bro, this shit ain't working. I got Giannis. The coaches said this. This didn't come from somebody else. Nick Nurse was quoted saying this. Like it's far from competition. When he plays with LeBron, bro, he goes at him and he dominates him. Every time they play, it ain't got nothing to do with competition. The only thing that might make sense right here, but it don't make sense, is because he's at the games. But what might make sense is he might have told the team, but then again, he would ask for personal leave, so that wouldn't make sense either. I was going to say maybe he wanted some time off because of his sister or whatever, but I believe BJ's got it on point, bro. All this shit points to the medical staff. This man didn't care about his career being over 2019 when he was limping on one leg.
I can't even say it's his sister, man, because when his father was murdered back in the day,
that's why I said it don't make no sense. I was just brainstorming.
Right. But I was just saying,
yeah, Kawhi's the type of, and I'll let you go right quick, Kenneth. So yeah, I did play ball too overseas too, and that's why I let you in, because I wanted to hear your perspective. The way Kawhi was playing, bro, I could not tell he was hurt.
Yeah,
I could not tell he was hurt, bro. And also, and with his sister being murdered, people like Kawhi use basketball to get away from that. They would go to basketball. They wouldn't run away from it. Yep. So he wouldn't ask for time off. He would he's dying to play. He wants to play because that's going to be the only time to take his mind off. Like Isaiah Thomas's sister getting killed. Mm-hmm. Like he wanted to play. Like that's the only time you get a chance to be what you love to do.
BJ, did you say Kawhi's sister got murdered, BJ? Did that happen recently?
I think, yeah. A year or so ago or something like that, I think. But I'm going to tell you, if Tyronn Lue played Rocco game 3, we win. Instead of Morris.
Bro, if he plays Rocco or T-Man, in my prediction, this is my prediction, bro, he plays both of them cats, bro. Booker is not getting 40, and KD ain't got 40 yet. And KD he's giving the ball to Booker while Booker is hot. Like Booker get hot in the third quarter, they just kept feeding him. He got hot in the first quarter, game 3, they kept feeding him.
So here's the thing: it's all about matchups, right? Especially when it comes to playoffs. Game 3, the Suns really couldn't have a scouting report on the Clippers, whatever they were going to do, because it's like, okay, no Kawhi. So they didn't. The game Powell had, right? Westbrook put up 30. If you play Rocco, because Rocco will give you defense, he will give you rebounds, and he can still knock down an outside shot. He's at least going to protect, or kind of like, make them. He's just better on switches, right? Because if you notice, they kept having to double KD because they kept switching and putting Gordon on KD. You got to help that matchup. But if you got Rocco over there, you can stunt. You ain't got to commit to the double, which left Booker basically in one-on-one coverage, and Booker just coming off the high screen, shortstop and pop, bam, all day long. If you play Rocco, because Morris was getting beat. Morris is not a good defender, we know that, and Morris ain't gonna rim protect. So if he ain't hitting his outside shot, man, he's a liability. But Lue set him down for the past however many games, and started playing Rocco. So that's why I'm kind of like, man, I don't know if it's coming from upper management, because it's unanimous that Robert Covington is a better player than Morris. It's unanimous. I haven't seen one person who disagrees with that, period. So for this guy to still be riding the bench, man, it kind of makes you wonder, where's the decisions coming from for all of this stuff, even the injuries?
Let me go into Mass real quick, and we'll go into open talk. What's good, Mass?
Yeah, y'all go ahead, man. Hey, thanks.
What's up, BJ, man?
Your channel, man.
Like
Well,
always, I want to give BJ credit, man, because he allows me to come on here and just get my shit off. So make sure I get that out the way first. I do agree that if Kawhi was healthy, there's a path for the Clippers to possibly win. Obviously, if they have Paul George, it gets even better. But I think Clipper fans underestimated one thing and they overhyped one thing as well. And I think Africa touched on this. Like, we knew that the Clippers were going to send double teams and traps and different combinations at KD defensively, but they were banking on the weak side that Terrence Mann and Eric Gordon, because this is what people told me, Africa. They told me that Terrence Mann and Eric Gordon can guard Devin Booker one-on-one, and they can handle that on their own. Our focus is Kevin Durant. Don't let KD get off, but stop Devin Booker and make Devin Booker a inefficient shooter. Make him, but bro, listen, Devin Booker has arguably been the best offensive player in the series, and while Kevin Durant hasn't been all world offensively, he's been pretty damn fucking good. I mean, listen, this is how good KD is. We're nitpicking that he can play better, but if you look at his numbers over the first 2-3 games, he's been pretty good. But my question is this to all Clipper fans: just admit that you guys were wrong in saying that Terrence Mann and Eric Gordon can guard Devin Booker one-on-one. I think Devin Booker's offensive package in person for these Clippers guys are better than what they probably thought it was. And to us fans as well. I think Devin Booker is the best two guard in the league. I think offensively, he gives it to you from every facet you want it from. 3-point game, mid-range to the basket, physical, moving without the basketball. And I think that the Clippers were banking on Africa that certain guys can guard him one-on-one, and then that just slows up everything else. Well, guess what? When all else has failed, they've given the ball to Devin Booker, and he said, get out my way, I'm taking us home. And on occasions, Kevin Durant has done the same thing too, in spots, not as much in spots. And so here's my last point, because Africa said it best as well. People want Kevin Durant to like go Imana versus Kawhi Leonard and be the best player and drop 40. Well, guess what? In this series, that's not called for. I think what KD's doing right now is good enough. If Devin Booker is cooking, scoring his 35, because right now, Africa, in case Clippers fans don't know, Devin Booker is averaging 36 points a game, and he's shooting above 50% from the field. I mean, he's efficient. He's scoring points. Oh, he's giving you 9 assists on some games, 4 and 5 assists some other games. And so, to me, the Suns have played good basketball, not their best brand of basketball. And last point, BJ, we got and listen, and so I'm wrong because I thought Torrey Craig was non-playable, but Torrey Craig has given them spacing. He's hit timely threes, and so now it's to the point now where Torrey Craig is confident. You can't leave him open. He's making you pay, which creates more space for Kevin, Devin, and Chris. Oh, and by the way, DeAndre Ayton, Young Africa, hasn't even really got going yet. He's been mediocre. And
hasn't showed up, Mars. Hasn't showed up yet.
He's been mediocre so far. So again, Clipper fans, let's get one thing straight here. Terrence Mann and Devin and Eric Gordon, they cannot guard Devin Booker one-on-one. They just can't. Listen, you have to pick your poison. Either you double team KD and let Booker just go nuts, or if you don't double team KD, then KD's going to go nuts. So it's like you're almost in like a no-win, lose situation. And so, listen, man, I got 2 words for the Clipper fans moving forward. Good luck.
I mean, it's tough.
So
really, it's true. Go ahead, bro.
Cook.
Let's back up and let's analyze the series. Let's analyze situations. All right,
for sure.
So Gordon definitely. I've never thought Gordon could guard Booker. You talking about an old man who's bulky trying to guard a slim young man,
bro.
That was never going to work. Where you would have played Gordon was you played him when he was hot. Gordon's kind of like Luke Kennard. You play him if they hitting all the threes. It's the same with Torrey Craig. He would have got played off the court if he wouldn't hit no threes. He only stayed on the court because he was hitting threes. So every situation is different. The deal with T-Man, let's analyze all the games. Let's not just say, all right, okay, the 40-point from Booker games, he did it in the third quarter against the starters, and he did it in the first quarter against the starters. He got half his points in one quarter. So for 3 quarters of each game, He only had 20 more points. Here's the issue with Ty Lue. And I've said this a million times on here, I've said on Twitter, it's the same. Kawhi Leonard was guarding Jokic, right? Jamal Murray got hot because of the stupid coaching from Doc Rivers on the matchups. You can't put Terrence Mann, you can't bring Mann in the game when Booker's already in his microwave. You brought Kawhi in and said, Kawhi, hey, man, Murray's killing us. We about to blow this 3-1 lead. It's the fourth quarter, game 7. Bro, he put Kawhi over there. It didn't matter. Good defenders are going to get beat by a hot, scorching scorer. So the series should have been, and I said it pre-series, in my opinion, and BJ can bounce with this. I've always said this. T-Man needs to start. And if Booker can hang 40 with T-Man matching him, then that's when I would admit that. But I would not admit that saying when T-Man comes in the game, when the man's already in his microwave, no good defender is stopping any primetime score.
Buddy.
That is not going to work.
You're nitpicking right now, buddy. Sorry, that don't work on me. Guess what? I don't care when he come in the game, bro. His job is to play defense. Point, period, blank. Right, Africa? And he cannot guard Devin Booker. Like, bro, stop this nonsense.
He will guard Devin Booker a lot better than Gordon will. Devin Booker's numbers against Westbrook is actually worse against Westbrook than they are. So Terrence Mann has the second best. Westbrook actually had the best. But the point is, you can't just say somebody can't do something because you without trying it. That don't work. That's what you believe. That's your opinion. But until Ty Lue starts him and they puts him on the court, then you can't do that.
Okay,
you can believe that. But in my mind,
we hear you. Let me say this though: when it comes to the actual breakdown of the schemes that y'all running, right? No one's actually checking one-on-one. When you got Torrey Craig, when you double KD, right, and you got Torrey Craig open, right? And he's hitting the 3 in the game plans. Let leap Torrey Craig and let's double KD. And he's making you pay. This has to make you change up, right? And so that's the reaction, which is why Torrey Craig was key in this game, which is why KD been shouting out Torrey Craig, saying big shots, not just because he's making those shots.
I agree with that.
I ain't finished. This is slow cooking, bro. So I ain't finished. Look, and so when he hits his shots, that changed the whole defensive scheme and make you have to think twice about leaving it open. And so when you still double KD, even though Torrey Craig is hitting, and then you have to now rotate and scramble on defense. Now, Devin Booker, now the guy that's checking Devin Booker got to think twice of leaving Torrey Craig open, and which means Devin Booker is going to have lanes and he's getting to his spots and attacking that closeout. Now you rotate and then closing out on Devin Booker, right? And scrabbling your defense. And when you do that against an elite scorer like he is, you cannot do that, right? And he's making you pay every time y'all try that. Just like y'all been scrambling, trying to close out. He can hit you with a pump fake and just get to his spot, midi cash, right? And so that's why we say y'all pretty much next game, I'm pretty sure y'all ain't going to start off the game doubling KD. You're going to try and see what it look like one-on-one, see if these primary matchup can give him problems and at least keep him to not cook, and then you're going to go one-on-one with Devin Booker. And you might have to trap Devin Booker on occasions to just give him different looks. But this doubling KD is not working, bro. It's not working at all.
Now that philosophy is correct
on Devin Booker.
But if we make our shots, the series is different. That's the whole difference. You right about the Torrey Craig part. Craig is the difference. But what Africa said it correctly. That's why you can't. That's why you say, okay, well, this man can't guard him because he's in closed out situations. That Torrey Craig has changed the series.
No, I'm taking a play.
Powell, Batum, and everybody else has not changed the series. If our shooters are hitting, y'all in the same predicament that we in, and the series is different. That's the Africa. You making sense right there. That part makes sense.
Yeah, but me and Africa told BJ this before the season started. We said that if you can't take away both guys. You just can't, bro. I mean, listen, it's damn near impossible. So you have to pick and choose your spots. And so, like we said, if you double team KD, like, okay, then Booker's going to get off. If you trap and double team Booker, then KD gets off. Now, again, I think double teaming Booker is probably the best thing to do and let KD go one-on-one. I know that may sound crazy, but again, I'm speaking from as if you guys had Kawhi Leonard, let Kawhi guard KD one-on-one and then or Batum. But I think when Devin catches the ball, you send a hard double and a blitz, you know what I'm saying, on occasions, and then make Devin be a passer. But because
KD's not going to get to the rim as easy.
Correct.
No.
That's correct. I agree with you. And and also too, Kevin Durant's dribble, his handle has been suspect this whole series. Listen, I don't like Kevin Durant catching the ball at the top of the key, dribbling, because you've seen Russ attack his dribble. You've seen Norman Powell attack his dribble. Like guys are picking KD easier now than we've ever seen him. So again, that's why I said you trap Devin and you make KD beat you. I know that sounds crazy, but in this series,
we're analyzing something without even Kawhi. It's. I understand what y'all trying to do, but with Kawhi not there, it's just not
asking too much. BJ. I get it, bro.
I mean, that doesn't make sense at all for anybody to be talking about this series because it's not even. I mean, we were making this point that if Kawhi was just there, they would have won this series. Now that Kawhi is not there, doesn't make sense to even really analyze this series because any team would not be able to deal with this without their two best players. No team. That's just not liable. I mean,
even if we talk about the games that happen, like these issues are still present. You know what I mean? Even though
there's no it, bro. But Kawhi, hold on, stop. Okay. I'm looking at these numbers. This is KD's numbers right here. Now, I see, and like I said, I told Matt, I judge KD based off of what people judge him off of being one of the best prolific scorers of all time. I judge him based off of high standards, just like I do Kawhi, because I think that he's that great. I look at KD's production. He had 28 points in game 3, 25 points in game 2, 27 points in game 1. His field goal percentage in the first game was 46%, so that was under 50%. That's not Kevin Durant. He has not shot over 50%. None of these games he's played. He shot 33% last game. He shot 0% the second game. He shot 42% the first game. He had none of these. He had 11 assists in game 1, and he had 9 rebounds in game 1 as well. But nobody looks at the turnovers. And this is why I say that we have to give the Clippers defense credit. KD had 6 turnovers in a game that Kawhi didn't play, and in the second game, he had 5 turnovers. So when Matt says that he's been playing pretty well, I don't think he's been playing all that great. I think he's been playing average. I don't think and I don't think it's because KD is, he's just taking time. No, I think the Clippers defense has been giving KD problems. I think the physicality, and I think somebody came and said this, he said that the physicality the Clippers been playing have been rubbing KD off of the line. And it's not just been double teams. Just because you get double team as a great player, that shouldn't stop you from having 6 turnovers. And then we look at a guy like, and also KD played damn near 40. He played 40 minutes in all 3 of those games. He didn't even get over 30 points. And he was trying to score the ball. And then you look at Kawhi Leonard's stats. He's dropping 31, 38 points, and he's not even playing the amount of minutes KD's playing. And he's giving you on the defensive side, and he's more efficient from the field. So if we're going to make a conversation between Kawhi and KD, I've already said it, like it was no debate who was a better player in that series. No debate. This is why it's so draining even talking about this, because it's you pretty much the Suns have gotten another easy path to the finals without the best player even being there. PG's there. They're winning this series in 5 games.
Yeah, he's right.
So to me it's frustrating to talk about, because this shit, when this type of stuff people are going to pile up from years to come, the Clippers didn't win anything, Clippers, and y'all seeing the only problem they're having is when Kawhi and KD ain't there. Africa, you said that Kawhi, could he put this up in the series? You never mentioned injuries. You said, did you question if Kawhi's ability to play at a high level, and you said he's been proving you wrong. So you never said to me that Kawhi Leonard's injury was going to be a problem. You said, could his game be top 5? You never said no. You said top. No. You said top 5. Hold on. You said he was proving you wrong, because I heard you up on Ticket's channel. I'll be watching you, bro. I heard you on Ticket's channel say he's been proving me wrong. So if you was right, what was he proving you wrong about?
He was proving me wrong that he could play at a top 5 level. I said the whole season long he's got to be top 5 in the NBA.
Exactly, and I told you that he could.
So he did that.
I told you he could.
Yeah. Okay. So he did that. Okay. So he proved me wrong. So you gonna sit up here and say you wasn't wrong when I questioned if he could sustain this level and be the guy for a whole series and his injury concerns and not playing back-to-backs all season wrong?
No. You never said injury. You said his game. You said his game, bro. You never said injury.
Long, bro. Stop it, bro. Stop.
You said Jokic. If these guys play the top 5, you said if Kawhi Leonard has to play top 5 and Paul George has to play top 5, that you're basing off their game. You never said nothing about his injuries. You said because you did not believe
Don't
Kawhi
make
was
me
that
pull up
guy.
the screen, bro. That shit is live, man. Come on, stop it, bro. I mean,
Bro,
I've been questioning that.
I'm
Nah,
telling you what
he
you
definitely
said.
did say Kawhi wasn't top. He didn't think Kawhi was gonna be top 5 though. But
Yeah, that's what you said, nigga. You didn't come here saying that it was about KD's. And you said you didn't believe Kawhi was that guy.
Okay. So let's break it down logically. Why did I question Kawhi was not going to be top 5? Why?
No, you didn't.
Why?
No, you didn't say it.
I'm asking
You
a
didn't
question,
believe
bro.
in it. You didn't believe he was a top 5 player.
No. See how you be swerving? I question if he could be a top 5 player because of his injury and come back
No,
in the
nigga,
ACL.
you did not say
That's
that.
why I questioned it.
Kawhi's on nobody's
BJ,
top
you really
5
gonna
list
switch up?
except for the
You really
people
gonna
that
No,
switch
I'm
up
not
like this,
switching
bro?
up. I'm gonna
This
call
is
you
turning into
out.
the switch
I'm
up
gonna call
podcast
you
right now.
out.
That's
I'm
what we
calling
doing.
you out.
That's what we
I'm
doing.
calling
Come
you
on.
out on that. I'm gonna call you out on that. You ain't switch.
Stop.
If I admit something I was wrong about, I'm gonna admit I was wrong. You came in here and said that. Oh, I told you, BJ, that it was about his injury. No, nigga, you came in and said that could he be a top 5 player because you didn't believe he was that guy in the playoffs.
I
Why would you
said
come
for
in
a
and say you
2-game span,
proved me wrong?
he proved me wrong. Hey, I'm man enough to say when I'm wrong, bro. Ain't no pride over here. I'm man enough to say that. And so I said for a 2-game span, he proved me wrong. But my question still remained, not playing back-to-backs all season long. Can he sustain that and be that for the whole playoffs? That was my question. And the question was answered.
What did
just
I say?
yesterday,
No.
bro,
What did I
when
say
he was
to you?
out.
What did I
And the
tell you
correct
about?
answer
Hold
is
on. What
no,
did I
bro.
tell you
It's
about
no.
low
It's
management?
no.
What did I tell
It's
you
no.
about low management? What did I tell
What'd
you?
you tell
What
me?
did I say? What did I've been telling you the whole season about low management? And saying Kawhi out. What was the thing that I told you? I didn't. Did I like the low management? Or did I not like it?
Oh, you
What did I
didn't
tell
like it.
you?
Okay. You didn't
So
like it.
what am I? So if I didn't like it, and I told you I didn't like it, what did I go back on my word about? I've been consistent
because
saying Kawhi doesn't. I don't want him sitting out back to backs. I said I want him playing on the court. That's what I've been saying. I didn't back out any. I've been consistent the whole season with that. It's no low management hurts players. It doesn't help them. It hurts them.
At the end of the day, you said it don't matter because I'm picking Kawhi over anybody for me in the series. And so you have to take injuries into consideration when you make that claim, bro. You got to take that into consideration.
No, I
so when you
don't,
say
nigga.
I'm picking
I
Kawhi
said
over anybody in the NBA, come on, hey, don't do this with me, BJ. You say I'm picking Kawhi over anybody in the NBA when it comes to the playoffs, and that's
yes, obviously when he's on the court playing. You don't say, "Oh, he gets hurt." Yeah, that's That's not what this conversation was about. That was if you on the court. We're talking about both players, everybody on the court. Who are you taking? That's what we was talking about, nigga. That's what we talking about the whole time.
If you make that statement, you got to take in injuries into account, bro. You got to do that.
No way. Hey, from a show of hands. Hey, show of hands on the panel. If I got 5 players, I got Kawhi, KD, I got Jokic, I got Steph Curry, I got Joel Embiid, and we all have a conversation. Who are we taking? Are we going and saying who are we taking in the playoffs? If they're hurt already, or as we're putting the energy out there, they're hurt. Are we talking about everybody on the court playing healthy? What are we talking about when we say who we taking in the playoffs? I want to have a show of hands. What are we talking about? When I say that,
hey, Kawhi was a better player than KD when he was on one leg in Toronto.
Nobody would come into a season or a playoff expecting you to be hurt, saying, "Oh, I gotta take that." No, nigga, I'm talking about when you on the court with me. It's us 5 on the court. Who am I taking? That's what the whole conversation about. And you came in and said you didn't believe you talked all types of shit about Paul George the whole year, saying he wasn't that guy, and that's what you was going off of. So don't come in here saying that it was about health. You just didn't believe that those are those guys.
Hey, I first off, I acknowledge what I say. I acknowledge that I didn't expect him to play at this level, and he did play at that level for a 2-game period. But when you sit there and act like it wasn't about injuries, when I was questioning Kawhi the whole season,
you're Africa. If you're Africa, then what are you saying you apologizing for if he was proving you wrong? If it's not about injuries, what are you wrong about? If you came here and said, BJ, what are you saying you was wrong about then, nigga?
That he played to that level. At the end of the day,
okay, that was the question. Can they play at a high level? Okay,
I'm gonna acknowledge a certain level, right? He played at that level for 2 games. So I'm gonna acknowledge that. See, because I'm an appreciator of the game, right? So I appreciate the game. And so he played at that level. I gotta give it up to him. He was the best player in the series. And so I got sorry.
Yeah, I know.
The Zaza loud. Sorry, my bad. So
Yeah, I know. I know.
yeah,
I know.
I got to give it up, but I'm
I'll
gonna
be
say
choking
he
too.
was playing at that level, and I got to give it up. I
Don't
appreciate the
choke on
game.
LeBron, man.
I
Don't choke on
appreciate the
LeBron.
game.
Yeah, I
I
know.
appreciate the game, but I've been questioning, Bruce. Have I not been questioning Kawhi's health all season long and saying, can he sustain that and can he be that guy in the playoffs? Have I been questioning that or no?
Hell, we
Am I
all question
dreaming?
that.
No. Have I been questioning that, Bruce? Let's be real. Bruce, you don't want to answer my question, Bruce?
And so, what question?
Have I been questioning Kawhi's health all season long?
I think you were more on Paul George. I
Okay.
don't remember
Hey,
you were on Kawhi.
man, it's a
How
switch up
could you be?
podcast,
Hold on,
man. That's all
this
good,
how I
man.
know
We're
this is
switching up.
crazy what
It's
he's
all good.
saying, bro.
It's
Because
all
no,
good.
Kawhi was pretty much he was playing throughout the most of this season. He had 2 weeks off because of that ankle sprain. He kept him out for a long period of time at the beginning of the season. But after December, he was pretty much playing outside of back-to-backs. So there was nothing to question. Everybody was saying Kawhi Leonard was healthy. Kawhi Leonard, like he's back. No one was questioning his injury because he was already playing games. So no, bro. The fact of the matter is, Africa came in here, and I don't know why the hell he thought that Kawhi couldn't play at a top 5 level. But he admitted that he was wrong, and the reason why he admitted he was wrong is because Kawhi was showing him he was better than Kevin Durant. He was playing at a top 5 level, and he had to come on and stand on that. If you was never wrong about it, you wouldn't have to apologize.
Hey, first off, I ain't apologizing. I'm just acknowledging the facts. That's all. I ain't apologizing. I'm acknowledging the fact.
That's
But you
crazy.
can't acknowledge my
That's
facts,
crazy,
though.
bro.
That's crazy, DJ. That's crazy.
Here's my
That's crazy.
thing, bro.
Because you didn't speak none on that, bro. I would have told you if you did. I would have gave you
But
credit.
I'm about to pull up.
Kawhi's
I'm about to
healthy
pull it up. Next stream, you better play it though. When I pull it up, though, you better play it. Certified.
Go ahead and play it. Pull it up, bro. If you can find it.
Okay, most definitely will find it.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Hey,
Africa.
Yo, what's up, man?
So if Kawhi's healthy, you picking the Clippers or the Suns to win the series then? If he was healthy.
Hey, no Paul George, I picked the Suns, man.
I don't even think you would, bro. I don't even think you believe what you just said.
Yeah.
I don't even think he believed what
Man,
he
you
just
gonna
said.
tell me what I think, bro? You gonna tell me what I think? Is that what we're doing right now?
So you acknowledge Kawhi, you know what I'm saying? Even Russell Westbrook playing good, Norman Powell playing good, you still would pick the Suns? I don't even think you would pick the Suns, bro.
So you gotta remember, young Africa don't like the Clippers because he's a Lakers fan. You gotta remember. You gotta remember he's not a Clipper.
KD fan and a Laker fan on the Clippers pod, bro. You can't trust nothing they saying.
I mean, you just gotta remember Africa's a Clippers. But I like young Africa. I let him on. I let young Africa on because I like him. But I also know what he is. He's a Laker. He's a Laker fan. So most Laker fans don't like Clippers.
Well, he gonna be mad when they go home next round, so it ain't gonna matter.
Salute, BJ. Salute, BJ.
Yeah. That means we're going around further than y'all. That's what that means.
Yeah, because we can't keep our stars ain't healthy. That's unfortunate for us.
That sound like the Clippers.
Y'all wouldn't even go. Y'all can't even beat us without Paul George if we met y'all. If we had Paul George, we sweep y'all ass.
No, that's not sweep.
Hey,
with the Clippers, bro. It's always
Give me some back. I'll be back in 15 minutes.
Always with the Clippers, bro.
Y'all couldn't even beat the Clippers when our stars were on minutes restrictions for the past 4 years.
Hey, what about that Kawhi defense on KD though, Africa? What you think about that? He was playing good defense. He was playing good defense on Kevin Durant for the first 2 games, though, bro.
I said he was the best player in the series. He was playing at a top 5 level in the NBA, and I give it up. I appreciate the game. I give it up.
That's a cool take, though. But I feel as though Clippers would have beat them probably in 7 games, maybe 6. Kawhi was a little too dominant, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. And they was doubling. Hey, look, they was doubling Kawhi in game 2, and he still had 31.
Hey, you telling me that it's ridiculous for me to pick the Suns when you got the Clippers in 7, even with all that you're talking about. So having the Suns is what?
Kawhi with no pause. I'm giving you guys a little. I'm just saying 7 games. But honestly, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all double Kawhi in game 2, and yet he still had 30 on your head. So it's like I don't even think you would pick the Suns, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, there's no way y'all was stopping Kawhi.
Hey, not only had 30, they said dude was playing through pain and hung 30.
Bro, he had 30 and he was playing great defense.
I tell you one thing, young Africa is not a Lakers fan.
He is a
Mm.
LeBron
Son,
James
hey
fan.
man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Clippers
Look
do
at
that.
Man,
I
Kawhi
feel the
been better than
Clippers do
LeBron
this
for 6,
series,
7
bro.
years, bro. He just can't stay healthy.
I'm gonna say that
Okay.
one more time.
Hey,
Young
you boys
Africa
right
is
about
not a
that.
Lakers fan. Young Africa is a LeBron James fan.
Crazy just to come from a guy that has no team.
I
Has no
see
team, Jester.
Xavier tonight.
You should pick one, Jester. You should pick one.
So,
Jester.
do you any of you guys think that the Clippers will win this afternoon?
I do.
Hell
I do. I think they can. If Kawhi come back, at least if Kawhi got to come back. If Kawhi come back, I think they can win. He got to
It's
come back
on
though.
tonight.
It's over. It's over.
He got to come back though. If Kawhi don't
Here's
come
my
back, yes,
thing, bro. I give
we can't win. We can't win without Kawhi.
Clippers might win tonight, but they're gonna. I mean, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. They probably
They can't win without Kawhi, bro. I don't see no way they can
the
win
series
without
is
Kawhi.
over, man. It's
They
bro,
can't win
bro.
without Kawhi. Ain't no way.
Yeah, you're right, bro. Your boy said it best, bro. Something about the series is fishy, bro. When I seen that, bro, I was like, "There's no way that you're not playing none of these dudes, man." Even Giannis came back from I think even a worse leg injury than Paul George in 2021 against Atlanta. Came back in a week.
No. He just had a
So-
hyperextended knee. He just had
Same
a
thing as Paul
hyperextended
George,
knee.
though. Same thing
They
as Paul
had the same.
George.
What I was telling you, they had the same. You said worse. They had the same injury.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I think
That's what
Giannis.
I'm
I mean,
saying.
they did, but it's like, how long does it take you to come back? Like, it just seems too much stuff is going on for the Suns. Like, I don't like it. Like, it just seems like it's not even basketball no more. It just seems like it's politics. Like, like, it makes no sense. Like, you tell me, come on, bro. Nah, they want the Suns to win.
Hey man, we reaching for conspiracies now. Y'all can't explain this Clipper situation and that y'all just ain't got it like that all season long. Low management injuries has been happening. Injury history between these two guys for the whole Clipper run, and we reaching for conspiracies now. That's what we do. Y'all damn bad, bro. Y'all damn bad, man. Y'all damn bad.
I'm just telling you what I say, hey, bro. You know Kawhi was healthy, the series is over, bro, and they probably knew that.
Hey man, hey, honestly, I'm sick of these ifs, couldas, wouldas, and shouldas from Clipper fans, man. That's what I'm sick of.
Are y'all going to the finals though?
We definitely going to the conference finals.
Is the Suns going to the finals?
At minimum, we're going to the conference finals. I ain't a Suns fan. I'm a Laker fan, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Y'all gonna beat Memphis?
Most definitely gonna beat Memphis. Most definitely.
Man, if AD plays like shit again, y'all ain't winning tonight. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I know we're going further than the Clippers. We're going further than the Clippers. Yeah, that's the reason why BJ quiet in the back. That's why, because he knows.
He said he'll be back at 15
right now, bro. But the Lakers depend on AD. If AD plays like shit, y'all not winning the series, bro. That's just point blank. Period.
Nah, BJ said he'll be back in a few minutes. 15 minutes. They give him 15 minutes.
Yeah, bro. If AD can't play like shit, bro. He gotta play. He gotta be dominant. If he's not dominant, y'all not winning, bro. That's simple as that.
Is Ja Morant playing?
AD's injury prone too, so he might get injured today.
Ja Morant is a defensive liability. A lot of people don't realize.
In Africa, bro, talking about injuries and shit. I'm just saying, AD's not healthy. AD's not the healthiest either.
All season long, I want to see the best versus the best at full strength, bro. That's what a true fan of the game wants to see.
Same
the
here,
best
bro. I'm just going off
so,
what you was
so
saying.
you out here.
Is Ja Morant playing though? That's what I need.
Injury
Ja Morant
before that happened. I just question if Kawhi could sustain this level without playing back-to-backs during the regular season. I question if you could play the grind or playing like 7 games in a 2-week span. That's what I was questioning, and it showed that he got injured. He got bumped by DeAndre Ayton. He got injured, and that's the load he was carrying. That's what I was saying. It ain't about him being injured.
They said he was injured before that
the load that you carry, having to press so hard and playing in transition. He got bumped like he did against Joe Ingles. Maybe hurt that ACL or some ligament in his knee, and he's out. And so that's because of the offensive load. He had to carry it while playing defense. That's a huge load on your body, man. And so that's why I question: can he carry that load? Can he be that guy that can be reliable in the playoffs? That was my question, because I've seen Kawhi in the playoffs. He's played at an all-time great level in the playoffs. It's just about his whole career has been a question of, can he stay healthy? That's the question.
That's a good point. Yeah, you're right about that. Can he be
not
reliable?
Necessarily. Not necessarily.
What do you mean not necessarily?
But he's right about the injury stuff, though. Like, can he?
I mean, that's everybody, though. You can apply that same logic to every team in the NBA if you're going to go that way.
No. We're talking about individual play. What do you mean every play?
Kawhi's a little different. Like, everyone's different. Like,
But what I'm saying is any player can get hurt is what I'm saying. You can apply that same logic to any player in the NBA.
Yeah, and there's some players that don't get hurt, though. There's many that don't.
Like, what players don't get hurt? Every player that I saw get hurt, all these guys be missing games.
Oh, really?
No, play 82, not even close to it.
Nah, you
Hey,
right
So
about
KD,
it may
that.
be like
KD's
one
out
or
for
two
like 2
players
years,
in the
right?
NBA to play 82
So
games.
every
Because
player has only played 60% of their career games like Kawhi
no,
has.
you're right. Because Joe Embiid's not playing right now. He's out with a
That's what I'm
concussion.
saying.
He's
Guys, you
injured
gotta be
upon as
missing
well.
games like it ain't
He's one of
nothing.
the guys that's on that list with Kawhi that gets injured every season. He's one of those guys. He's one of them guys.
Yeah, I mean it's about the healthiest team wins, and like you just said, same can go for AD, same can go for KD, same
Fact. PD's on that
Devin
list
Booker
too. No doubt.
hamstring. It can go for
No doubt.
anybody. Like you just said, I agree with
Well,
you,
let me
bro.
ask y'all this question then. It ain't about the Clippers or the Lakers. Do y'all think in that Nuggets Timberwolves season, do y'all think the Timberwolves that trash or the Nuggets that good?
Timberwolves are trash.
The Timberwolves are weak mentally, bro. They don't have no strength mentally over there.
Yup, he's right about that. He's so
Okay.
except Anthony Edwards, he's probably the only one.
Hey,
But other than
so all
that,
the haters in the chat, pull up on
Anthony
the
still got
panel
to learn
and
what it's
talk
like
that
in the
talk.
playoffs, so he's still learning.
Chat warriors,
yeah, like he
type
over he
him in
got
the
that
chat.
dog mentality. He's
Pull
like,
up on the
look,
panel,
man.
man.
He's like, we ain't losing, but everyone else is like, they over there getting spanked.
Hey, Bruce, why you so quiet, Bruce? What happened, Bruce? Why you so quiet, man? What happened, Bruce? You were talking all that talk, Bruce.
I'm praying for the Clippers. I'm praying.
Huh?
Hey, don't do that, bro. Just take the L, man. It's okay.
I'm putting a picture of Kawhi and praying. Like,
Hey,
God,
whoa, chill, bro.
God, heal this brother. Heal this brother's
Hey,
leg, man.
how y'all gonna come in here when Kawhi was showing he was the best player on the court, and we had control of the series going back home, and then y'all gonna come in here and ask Bruce what happened? Y'all know what happened? Fucking Kawhi went out. Why y'all playing dumb?
Hey, what happened to the deepest team in the NBA and all that talk, though? What happened to
They
Lakers is losing in 7, bro. I don't know why.
Bro,
hold on. The Clippers is cooking though. Fuck it. Westbrook and Powell is hanging up 30 on y'all.
Hold on, y'all.
My bad.
You can't expect the team to do nothing with missing their two best players. Now, come on, Alfred. That's
no
like
doubt,
the
no
Lakers
doubt. I
missing
was just
LeBron
asking
and
a
AD.
question. No doubt.
If the Lakers were missing LeBron and AD, y'all would be crying. Well, LeBron and AD ain't playing. What you expect?
It was just over.
It's the same thing, bro.
What happened to LeBron? What happened to LeBron versus Phoenix a couple years ago without KD? Without KD, what happened to LeBron a couple years ago when AD was out? When they played Phoenix, when they played Phoenix, hey, listen, LeBron took his weak ass off the court and walked to the locker room and quit, bro.
They got put out in the first round.
He did quit.
Yeah. Hey, isn't that the same playoff series that Kawhi got hurt the playoff series before? That's the same one, right? The same team you lost to the conference finals in? That's the same team, right? Okay.
He wasn't on the floor, though. But
yeah, but that's the same team, right? Okay.
Yeah, Kawhi wasn't there. That was just Paul George. Paul George got there by himself.
See, when he was there this year and won game.
Yeah, Kawhi tore his ACL.
When it was Paul George and Devin Booker and no CP3, Devin Booker cooked that guy 40 pieces.
Against the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, but we've been talking about Kawhi the whole time. Ain't nobody even talking about Paul George. We talking about winning this series without Paul George. That's what we talking about.
Well, yeah, you got to stop talking like that though. Right now, you got to stop talking like that. That's all.
Well, yeah, because he's hurt. Because he hurt. Anybody can do that. Now you sound like Devin Booker.
I just got one question for y'all Clipper fans, man. Y'all blowing this up or what, bro? Y'all blowing this up?
Man, they're gonna beat them by 5 points, and they were missing both of their stars, and they still
are y'all blowing this up at the end of the season, and y'all trading these dudes or what, man? What y'all doing, man?
Yeah, I mean that's a realistic question. It's unfortunate they got hurt. That's a realistic question, though. Yeah, you get more talk out of that than you would saying, "Oh, y'all gonna lose," as if the stars ain't on the court. Like don't start acting like Devin Booker and Luka Doncic now, because Devin Booker got his ass blown out at home in Game 7. So I don't want to hear about that shit. But if you ask a real question, are they gonna blow it up? That's a real question.
If I'm Ballmer, I'll do that. If I'm Ballmer, I'll do that.
Luka wasn't bullshitting, but that Game 7, Luka was not finna lose. He said he wasn't losing. That's his deal.
I'm sorry, but I still believe the Clippers can win the series without Kawhi and Paul.
Not without. No, I don't. They don't have a chance without Kawhi.
You're still helping with some prayer, you know? Okay, bro.
Okay.
Nah.
Right.
That's why I asked the question. That's why. That's fair enough, Bruce. I ain't mad at your opinion, but you're still helping with some prayer.
Nah, that ain't.
Man, we've been down all season long. Westbrook, he's gonna carry y'all to win this series, right?
The starters have to play better. Batum has to. Can you score at least 10 points?
No.
Can Eric Gordon stop shooting those deep threes? Go to the basket.
Nope. That's his game.
Yeah. But that's okay. I mean, okay. The Lakers not playing. I mean, the Lakers could lose tonight, right? They're playing tonight.
They could win too.
They could.
Well, they could win, but they could lose also.
Yeah, that is the outcome of the game, Bruce. You're right. You can win or you can lose, Bruce. Okay, you're right. I'm just saying, man. All this talk all season long, and now we're getting sensitive. We're not coming up here and cooking y'all. Come on, man.
Yeah, you need to bite small portions. You've been choking.
Man, come on, Bruce. It's dinner time, Bruce. Come on, man. It's dinner time.
You're eating that goat curry?
No, I'm eating malawa. You know, it's a native
I don't know
dish.
about
Man.
that.
It's
I
a
don't know about
bread.
their
It's like a
offense.
pancake. It's like a pancake.
I don't know about their offense, but I tell you what, their defense showed better without Ja. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, Tyus Jones is good. They're a solid team. You know, the first game when the team switches up, you haven't really got the scatter report. You don't know what they're gonna do. You got to take it. You know, that game, but they got a lot of information off the second game, and I expect big games from our best players and the dub.
You know
Easy
what? I
dub,
changed
too.
my mind. I think the Lakers could win this series because Dylan Brooks can't shut up, calling people old and stuff. Yeah.
Hey, man, it is what it is, man. This is tough, man. You know, I would have liked to see the healthy Clippers. I wanted to see the healthy Clippers, but it is what it is.
Okay.
And it's been what it's been, man. It's been what it's been, man. That's why the Willis had to
the
leave.
funeral of
That's
the
why.
Clippers is exaggerated. The Clippers gonna win this series, and I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay.
come back. You know,
Okay.
all those Clippers haters,
Hmm.
they're gonna be quiet.
Okay.
Westbrook and Powell have to carry the Clippers home.
You don't do that, Bruce. You're hoping, wishing, praying, you know, upon a star, so, as they say, man. But it's all
No,
good.
I don't wish and pray upon a star. I wish and praying upon a God. So
Okay.
that's
When they
Disney.
say star, that means like empty
I'm
faith.
gonna
You know
say
what I
this
mean?
as of
Big
right
wings,
now. As of right now,
small
it's looking
pillar.
bad. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's looking bad for them as of right now.
Who would have thought, man, that the Lakers gonna go deeper in the playoffs than the LA Clippers, man? This is what I've been
Okay.
saying.
All right.
It's what I've been saying.
It's
This the
easy
time
to
to
talk,
talk,
bro, when the
man. This the
stars ain't
time
on the
to
court.
say, I done told you so, man. I done told you, man. I done told you. And the issue with the Clippers is everything goes wrong at the worst time possible, man. This is a Clipper history, man. This is what been happening. And so since CP3 days and now today, you know, all the way through Kawhi and PG's running the Clippers, this is to be expected. This is the standard that they set. This is the standard that they set. And so don't be mad at the facts. You ain't really mad at me. You mad at the facts. And I know Clipper fans are frustrated all around the world, right? And so y'all can let it go on me. You know, I ain't phased about that because I'm looking good, man. The Lakers looking nice. And so I ain't phased at that. But the facts remain, right, is that the questions of Kawhi coming back from an ACL tear, having a degenerative knee, and coming back and being able to play at that level consistently throughout the playoffs, not a 2-game span, not a 2-game sample size, throughout the playoffs was always the question, right? And to have faith in that and to have empty faith in that when you didn't see it in the regular season, when you didn't see that, when a man missed 30 games, didn't play a back-to-back the whole season, and we expecting him to play every second day and consistently be the best offensive player, defensive player, and playmaker on the team, you know, outside of Westbrook, to be able to do all that was a lot to ask. And that was my question. Can he sustain that load? And that's why I consistently said,
I'm back.
Paul George has to be that guy. And because Paul George has to be that guy. The whole season I said Paul George has to step up and be that guy to take the load off Kawhi. And Paul George is not there, obviously. And so because he's not there, that load is even more on Kawhi. And so yeah, you gotta cut me off, BJ, because you mad. You don't cut off nobody. But go ahead,
You
BJ.
tried to talk. You tried to talk all that when I was gone. Tried to talk all that when I was gone, bro.
Let it go.
I just heard you saying that. I just heard. See, again, you gotta watch your Africa, bro. You're a Laker fan. So I don't take him seriously because he's a Laker fan.
That nigga BJ, so when your Africa started talking, BJ showed up like Candyman. They came out of nowhere.
Like you I'm not mad at the fact you're a Lakers fan, but you gotta point the cap out because again, he just knows the Clippers have the Lakers number. Talking about you want to see a healthy Clipper team. He don't want to see that. I saw that in person. He don't want to see that. So again, I'm not upset at what Young Africa said. The fact of the matter, I just want to see everybody healthy. So we're not seeing that right now. And once again, that's how the Lakers are going to get off, not having to see a healthy Clipper team. But we'll have to see what happens today. All I ask is, I just don't like front running. I don't like people that try to pump their chest when stuff is going their way. You don't see them when stuff isn't going their way. And I see a lot of that right now with these Lakers and Suns fans.
That's definitely what young Africa doing too.
Hold up. You acting like I ain't been here all season.
Wait. Can I say
season,
something?
You
in and out. You in and out,
you were
homie.
talking all that talk about the Clippers the whole season long, and I was taking that.
No,
and now
I'm saying no. What I say with you, like, hold on, like what Dorilla said. Dorilla said, I know how you operate, bro. I hear you. I be hearing how you be operating. You give soft credit. You give soft credit, and then you want to take it back, and then give credit again when stuff doesn't go. The Clippers, well, I told you, BJ. I see you in the comments, nigga. I have to check that shit.
I've been telling you though.
Telling me what?
Didn't I say that PG has to step up and take the load off Kawhi, and PG has to be that guy? And if he's not that guy, where he's consistently a great player, top 10 player in the NBA. Let me finish. I'm asking you a question. Didn't I say all that and then say because Kawhi has to be that guy, Paul George has to be that guy to get that load off of PG? I mean, off of Kawhi. PG has to be that guy, and because he's not that guy, he's not even available. That's going to be. Isn't that something that is going to be a load that Kawhi can't even carry? Like that's just logical equation.
Man. Again, this is what Young Africa to the audience. This is what Young Africa said to the audience. The truth. Young Africa throughout the whole season, and was basically saying that Paul George could not. Brother Amari, you can't keep talking in the comments, bro. Come in here and talk. Here's the thing. He had questions about Paul George because he didn't believe in his game. He didn't believe in his mentality, which a lot of Clipper fans did not. And he thought Kawhi Leonard was not a top 5 player. That's what he came in with this mindset. He kept saying guys like LeBron. He kept saying guys like all these other players were better than Kawhi. And he didn't believe in his game. Like a lot of people on these television networks who are so surprised that Kawhi was playing the way he was playing in the playoffs. And that was the whole thing. He's talking all this shit about no, it's not cap. I'm just being straight up honest with you. You said all that you didn't believe Kawhi Leonard's game was going to carry the Clippers, and you didn't believe Paul George was that guy. That was what you were insinuating.
That's what I remember.
Really.
So don't come here beating your chest like you did. Really? You made a smart prediction, and it took you having to have injuries for your sorry ass Lakers to get a chance. Because if they were so damn good, they would have beat the Clippers one time at least this season.
First off, it's evident that you're speaking bad on my name right now, man. It's evident because you said first off, you said that I'm a front runner. Right? I've been here when the Lakers been 13 seed below 500 for the whole season long. I've been pulling up.
What was you at after game one though?
Let me finish though. I've been pulling up for the whole season. When the Lakers, hold up, man. I've been pulling up for the whole season, right? I pulled up in the off season, right? I've been pulling up in a whole season when Lakers been not looking nice, right? Believing in the team, believing that we could make the playoffs, right? When everybody telling me they ain't got no chance to make the playoffs, right? That's BJ talking, right? Talking about y'all ain't making the playoffs. Don't even worry about that, right? So I've been pulling up. So when he says front running, bro, we've been trying to change the league the whole season long. We're below 500 for the whole season until the last 2 weeks. So you're wrong about that, bro. Ain't no front running over here, bro. I've been pulling up, letting you know the facts, right? Secondly, when it comes to Kawhi Leonard, I did question that if he could be a top 5 player in the NBA, right? And be that player in the playoffs, right? He showed me in a 2-game span, he showed me that he could do that. But my doubt was based on his injury history, not his game.
No, it wasn't, nigga.
You cannot.
If it was, you would have said that. You would have said that, bro. You would have said that.
See how you get emotional? You cannot pull tape where I question his actual game when it comes to the game of basketball.
I'm pulling tape that you never said nothing about his injury. You just didn't believe that guy. That's what you said, bro. Don't try to switch it up, bro. Don't try to switch up what you said.
I'm going to put a tape. If you man enough, I'm going to put all the time markers on all the videos, and you better pull it up. You want to be like that.
Please pull it up. Please pull it up because I'm sick of you jumping teams. I'm sick of you jumping teams to try to pull up the clip. Every team that you bet is get the clip. You're not even a damn Suns fan. And you up here talking shit about the Clippers, Suns, and 5. That's how I know you operate. You know, I know how you move. I like you. I know you're
right. It looks like I'm about to be right. So what you mad about? You mad at the fact? That's what you're mad about.
No, you're a hater. That's why I'm not even. I don't like that shit. I don't talk shit about. I don't like the Lakers as much as the Lakers. I say I keep it strictly Clippers and Lakers. I don't go around wishing. Hold on, stop. Hold on. I don't go around wishing when Anthony Davis got hurt. Never wished any bad luck on Anthony Davis.
What did I wish against the Lakers?
Hold on.
What I do?
Hold on, nigga. Because we're going to stop this shit right now. You're up in here pounding your chest when a dude is actually not going to be playing off of seem like he's a knee injury, and you said Paul George, he's not playing, and then you still act like Suns in 5. I told you all this shit. That's why people stay on your helmet, bro. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that you be talking about, you come in here now after 3 games. I ain't seen your ass in over a week. You come here after 3 games because the Suns are up 2-1, and then Kawhi Leonard announced he's not playing, and you admitted that if Kawhi was playing, y'all probably could have won this series. Now you want to come in here and talk your shit.
Could.
That's
don't mean you
facts,
would.
'cause he ain't
Could
been
don't
in
mean
here.
you
That's
would.
facts.
You ain't
But
been in there over a week, nigga. But you got time for Tickets Channel. You got time for all these other channels, bro. Like I said, I know how you move, nigga.
Hey man, you can
And
feel
if
how
you're
you
gonna
want to
keep
feel,
doing
man.
that, bro,
But at the end of
don't
the
come
day,
around. Don't
at
be
the
coming
end of
around
the
when you got the upper hand, homie. Don't do that shit. That's weak as
oh,
fuck.
that's what it is. I've been putting up all season long. Hey, it's all good, man. You really mad at the situation. You ain't mad at me, bro. You ain't mad at me. I ain't phased.
I don't like
You mad at
that
the situation
shit.
with the
I'll
Clippers.
call anybody out. I'll call anybody out. I don't just stick to you. You're not that important. I'll stick to you. I'll come at you how y'all come at you. Don't like that front run shit.
Hey, bro, I've been putting up all season long, nigga. Shut that shit up, bro. That's some chalk
You
ass
ain't
shit,
been
bro.
over in a week. You ain't been in a week.
I've been putting up all season
Where
long, nigga.
were
You know
you
how I
after
feel,
games
nigga.
1 and 2?
Shut
Where
that shit
were
up,
you
man.
after games 1 and 2? Where were you
Shut
at?
that shit up, bro. Shut that shit up. I've been here all season long, letting you know, man,
Where
what the
were you
Clippers
at?
about to not do.
Hold on. Where were you at
I've
after
been trying
games
to tell
1
you.
and 2?
I've been trying to tell
Where
you.
were you
I've been
after
trying to
games
tell
1 and 2? Where were
you.
you
I've been
at?
trying to tell you, man. I was living
Where were
life,
you
my
after
nigga.
the
What
games
you
1
want?
and 2?
I was living life, my nigga. What you want, man?
Okay, shut your ass up. Go ahead, Ace 30.
After yo,
He talking about I was living life. What you want, man? I was living life.
Now you got a life. Now you got a life. Now you got a
Been
life.
having
Go
life,
ahead,
nigga.
30.
Been having life. Who the fuck you talking
Go
to? I've
ahead,
been having
30.
life.
Now you got a life.
BJ,
Been
man.
having life.
I've been telling BJ, I've been telling you for a while now. Like it'll be less stressful on the YouTube streets the more you stick with ball. All right. Now as you already said in the last video, the situation. Forget all that. I'm worried about today's game. If I was Clippers fans, I'm worried about today's game. And I just want to answer the question because it seems like the question has been answered the last hour, which is what does it take for the Clippers to get the job done today? And there's a good game plan for them to get the job done today, even though they're missing 2 of their best players. Number one, if I'm Ty Lue, I'm telling them niggas, we run the pace up and down. We got to push the pace fast. We got to play fast. We got to attack it. We got to keep the ball moving. That's number one. Number two, we got to attack the paint. I don't want to see a single 3 shot unless I see 2 players attack that paint every single possession. The reason for that because if you get DeAndre Ayton in foul trouble, now you got the Suns eating out the palm of your hands. Like I said before, DeAndre Ayton is the only guy besides him and Booker are the only 2 guys that's provided any sort of rim pressure towards the Clippers. So you get DeAndre Ayton in foul trouble, not only you take one of the rim pressure away, which also take one of their best rebounders away. All right?
It's over, 30. It's over. It's over, man.
Hold on, after. I didn't interrupt you, nigga. Like I understand.
See how he be trolling. See how he be trolling.
No, it's all BJ. It's all good, bro. It's like I said. It's fandemonium impulse. He'll learn that in our debate. It's all good. Listen,
I'm undefeated, 30.
Somebody please. No, third thing is somebody please either yell a Zubac face, do whatever you gotta do to stop getting this dude to drop so low. Why is he dropping? Why is he doing high drops against this Suns team? Tell his big ass to do a hard hedge. That way the guard has time to recover, and the guy and the low man helps off the 3, so that way he won't get too crossed up. So as long as Zubac don't be drop too low, the Clippers should be fine. Last thing. I remember I heard a couple guys earlier stream say Marquise Morris to get some minutes. BJ, I stand on this, especially with Paul George, Kawhi out. That he should not get no time. Y'all need more defenders now more than ever. Give all his minutes to Robert Williams and Rocco. And last thing, prioritize doubling Booker. I understand KD might be better than Booker, but he's not playing better than Booker this series. So you have your most physical defenders like a Batum, like a Robert Covington, and at times, what's dude face? Dude name At times, Terrence Mann, you have those guys check KD one-on-one, and then you prioritize doubling Booker. Only because Devin Booker's not as good as a playmaker as KD. So if you push the pace, you get enough threes, you get the team enough foul trouble, that washes out any offensive production KD will put up. And we all know Devin Booker, even though he has improved in his playmaking, he still at times misses reads when he's getting trapped. If the Clippers does all 5 of those things today, which is very possible to do, they'll get this game. It'll be tied 2-2. Because BJ,
Okay.
I don't mean to toot my own horn, BJ. Like, since I got on this panel, I haven't been wrong yet. I said you and I both know. I said Westbrook will help his team when majority of the panel was like, nah. I said
Yeah, I know.
Westbrook will have a good series before the even series started.
Yeah.
I said the X factors for this series actually DeAndre Ayton and the guards for the Clippers. You notice when the Clippers had more than 2 guards play well, y'all win. The only guard that showed up last game was Norman Powell.
Mm-hmm.
And Westbrook besides Westbrook, you know what I mean? Those are the only 2 guards that showed up. Everybody else had a pedestrian game. That cannot happen in this game. And like I said, if I'm Ty Lue, they only go 7 deep. Their Suns only go 7 deep with Cameron Payne being out. We gotta push the pace. But that's it. See how it's calm and less ignorant when you talk about ball. Let's stick with that.
The
Hey,
Clippers have to become Westbrook team. You know the two.
hey, the realist. What the realist had I think he was in here. Oh, I guess he dropped. No, I agree with them points. I agree with them. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see. You got any lasting comments before we end the show?
Last thing too, in terms of the grand scheme of things, BJ, I said this before. I said it appears that the Clippers medical staff is prioritizing Kawhi's long-term health in terms of his short-term health, only because y'all about to move to a new arena. They're only worried about prioritizing the future because they want available superstars for the new arena. That's the only reason why they're doing this. And so because of that, and in addition to the new CBA, was going to help, which actually put a detriment to teams like yourself that's above the cap that needs key role players throughout the regular season. Y'all have no choice but to run this back again next season. Y'all have to bring back Kawhi and try to I would say try to make an offer to Westbrook, even though y'all don't have his bird rights. He likes playing there anyway. Pitch the idea, hey Westbrook, stay with us. We'll have you come up. We'll have you be a 6-man, but you still play starter minutes because you're that impactful to the team. I personally believe the Clippers have to run the same group back, and if healthy, if managed right throughout the regular season this time, they'll have a better chance going to next season.
And that's my question. So that's the thing, though. It's how do we know that's gonna work? See, this is why I don't really care if it's long term, because they've been trying to do this the last couple of years, and it's still ending up the same way. So this long term is not working. So if we sit up here and say, that
Kawhi, BJ? You know why it's going to work this time? If they do it this time, because one, I personally believe y'all have this is the best supporting cast the Clippers had the last 4 seasons. This iteration right here with Norman Powell, Russell Westbrook, Covington, this is the best iteration of supporting cast y'all had. Number one. Number two, is proven the last 2 seasons that Westbrook has proven enough to be impactful enough to, even if your star player set out a few games, you can still keep y'all afloat. Third thing, the injuries isn't as severe as it was the last 3 seasons. Paul George just got re-hurt. Like you said, mentioned before, it was a freak accident. Kawhi, it's a knee sprain. It's not an ACL tear. It's not none of that. It's a knee sprain. So because the injuries aren't as severe as the last 3 seasons, it's a little more manageable for the next season. I personally believe you run this same unit back, they won't load manage as much. I'm not saying Kawhi PG is going to play like 70 games. Nah. But instead of playing 50 to 55 games, they end up playing like 60 to 65 games.
Hey, last words, man. BJ, I'm about to pull up these receipts. I've been trying to tell you all season long, Kawhi co-signing the load management. It is what it is, man. Lakers in 6, man. I've been telling y'all, man. It's all good, though. So,
you know you got to come in and say some stuff.
I've been telling y'all, man. It's all good, though. About to pull up these receipts, and it is as it is, man. But I've been trying to tell you all season long, it ain't just a medical staff issue. It's a Kawhi co-signing issue, and it is what it is in the playoffs. Yo, and you mad at me? I can understand Clipper Nation being frustrated, but yo, man, if you want to take it on the Laker fan, man, that's all good, man. I'm easy, man.
Young
So you know, I'm
Africa,
gonna
young
pull up them
Africa,
receipts.
young
It's all
Africa.
love, though. It's
Honestly,
all
bro,
love, though, as always.
no one's thinking about. Here's the problem: you constantly bring the Lakers up, bro. Like no one's even thinking about the Lakers right now. We're talking about the Clippers. That's the problem I have. I ain't never seen so many Laker fans worried about the Clippers, man. That's why I got to keep stopping you right there. Man. Nobody's concerned about you
That's all
niggas,
they
man.
do, bro. They all over Clippers. They all over Clippers.
Like,
Twitter,
I'm
Clippers
getting tired.
podcast. That's all they do. They
I
terrified,
don't even
bro.
let that. I don't even be bothered with Laker talk streams. Man. I go over Kareem's channel. I don't even say nothing back. But it's just Young Africa's the fans that make it bad. It makes it hard for people to kind of deal with you. He's like that annoying ass child that just continues to get his hands into shit, and when you tell him to quit. And it takes you taking his game away, taking his remote away, taking his snacks away for him to shut the hell up. No, when I had to take him off the stream one time, he want to come and say he ain't gonna come in no more. His ass is right back. That's why I have to do sometimes in Young Africa to save him from himself.
Oh, okay.
You don't know when to stop.
You don't want that, man. Just let it be known, man. You don't want me to pull up no more. Let it be known, man. I ain't mad at that. Let it be known. Say straight up, man.
You don't know when to shut the hell up, Young Africa.
Oh, okay. Hey, man. Hey, sadly, I'm my own man, and nobody can tell me nothing, man. So it's all good though. It's all good though. But if you don't want me to pull up, just let it be known, BJ. I'll be out your way, bro. I'll be out your way, man. It ain't nothing like that. I ain't trying to frustrate you. But the thing is, right? I'm that nigga that when I talk, I let niggas know, and I don't give a fuck, and that's why people don't like, right? But where I'm from, I gotta stand on my shit and live that way. If y'all feel some type of way about us, that's on you. Just let it be known. Just let it be known. I'll be out your way, man. Just let it be known.
What you say, bro? You fraud, bro. You fake as hell, bro.
Hey, exactly, bro. Hey, niggas want to get personal, talk all that emotional talk. It's all good. But I just stand on my shit.
I agree with Bruce. This is only sports. Why are we taking it personal?
No, they talking personal, man.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't say it was personal. I'm just telling you, Africa, he needs to from himself. He says he stands on. He knows how to talk, but his mouth gets him in trouble. He talks it out of context too much, and then he'll say stuff about the Lakers. It's always about the Lakers. It's always about LeBron. That's what people be telling about him. And he don't know when to shut the hell up.
I'm a Lakers fan, bro. Hey, y'all talk about Kawhi all day. Well, what we doing, man?
The Lakers only gonna beat Memphis because they crippled.
Hey, niggas start mad about how the season about to end for the Clippers, and y'all gonna spin it about my narratives and what I talk about.
The Lakers ain't gonna beat nobody who's healthy. They gonna beat Memphis because Memphis is crippled, and the Suns beating us because we crippled. That's the only reason
y'all been cooking LeBron and the Lakers all season long. It was all good until shit went sideways for the Clippers, man. Y'all crazy up in here, right? But it's all good, though.
Man. Hey, you need to change diet, man. The food is spike or something. Okay.
Oh yeah. What am I doing wrong, Bruce? What I do wrong?
Wait. The same energy nobody is telling you not to talk or speak. But right now, it's Clippers talk. But you're always bringing Lakers.
That's what he doesn't understand.
What trying to tell you,
the Lakers can't even win shit outside the bubble, bro. The only reason they beat Memphis.
All I said was Lakers and sticks, bro. That's really the issue, bro. I said Lakers and sticks.
I heard him on Mookie channel the other day, bro. I hear Young Africa everywhere he goes. And when people say, niggas, it's not about the Lakers right now, he don't know when to stop. And I'm actually the one that give Young Africa like a little bit of a pass. These other niggas will block him from their channels. I ain't blocked Young Africa one time. I ain't said nothing foul about Anthony Davis being injured or nothing like that. I respect the game. But people, they get mad at Young Africa and they'll take him off from his channel because he don't know when to stop. I ain't blocked this whole nigga one time.
Young Africa, we love your energy. We love your input. You can tell, you said it. Clippers fans are frustrated. And now you're bringing the Lakers. Okay?
Oh, of course.
We're trying to cope
just like
with
y'all
the
bring up the Lakers
misery.
when we were down bad, and y'all kept saying, "Yo, when y'all gonna get above 500?" I was here pulling up every week after that, and y'all keep saying that. I ain't gonna get emotional because that's the facts. We was
Africa, go over.
So why y'all mad now? When the Lakers are turned, is that what it is? Who the real 500 up in here? Bruce,
go over to if you guys, you sound like to me you got beef with other Clipper fans. Go over there and talk that shit over here. Don't come over here talking that shit because we ain't over here trying to troll nobody. Don't bring that shit over here.
Okay, so when you pull up the timing belt and you was talking about the Lakers all season long and LeBron old as fuck, we never did that, right?
I only bring LeBron up. Hold on, I only bring LeBron when you keep trying to go at one of ours.
Okay.
Bro, let it go.
Hey, what
bro.
did I pulled off? And the first thing I said was, it's a sad situation that Kawhi is out. I want to see all season long. I've been saying I want to see Kawhi healthy. I want to see the best versus the best because that's the most entertaining form of basketball. That's the first thing I said. But niggas want to overlook that shit and focus on what they want to do because your emotions in your feelings right now. That's what it is. And so that's all good, man. I ain't gonna pull up if that's what it is. And y'all don't, and y'all feel some type of way about how I talk and how I lay it down. That's all good, man. Because people be saying wild shit on every stream, on all the streams, but it's all good though because how I say it, it affects niggas, and that's all good, man. Because that's how I do. I speak it from the
You're not listening, man.
He's not listening. It's all good. He ain't listening.
I ain't mad though. That's all good.
BJ.
Go ahead.
What would it take for the Clippers to get the job done today?
They got to run the floor. They got to push the ball. They got to tire the Suns out, and they have to make their shots. That's pretty much the formula for the day. And their guards have to outplay. They have to be able to score with Devin Booker, and they have to. Zubac has to be outplay Aiden tonight or today. Those are the keys.
He gotta stop. I don't know why he dropping so low, bro. He gotta stop that shit, man. Like he got a nasty habit doing that. You can't do that in the series.
They got to play defenders in the start of the game. That's what they got to do. I told y'all pre-series, and I'm telling y'all now, you got to start Terrence Mann or and Rocco, but you at least got to put two defenders on the perimeter, Westbrook and T-Man. If they on the perimeter, Booker ain't going for 40. I'm not saying he gonna get 0 points. He not going for 40. It ain't happening. And then you got Westbrook who been giving KD problems out the gate since the whole series. But Ty Lue wants to try to outscore the team instead of outsmart the other coach. Put defenders on the floor because at the end of the day, T-Man gonna hit just as many threes if he plays 40 minutes as fucking Gordon does. So that shit don't mean nothing. And the difference of the series really is Craig and some of them shooters is hitting their threes. Batum, Gordon, and Powell's heating up lately. But there was one game between Gordon and Powell was like 0 for the 3-point line. Man, Terrence Mann ain't never been 0 for the 3-point line. Not shooting many shots as they shoot. So you put the defense on the court, and he's gonna bring what Sturdy's saying. T-Man gonna bring rim run. He going to the rim. He's not Booker, but he plays like Booker with the pump fakes and go to the rim shit. Everything Sturdy's saying is leading right to what I said pre-series. You put T-Man on the court, not Gordon. You put defense out there, and you make life hell. And then they should be posting up Westbrook on Booker and CP out the gate. You post them up out the gate, one of them fuckers is getting in foul trouble. Now the whole game has changed for the Suns, but yet we don't do that enough either.
You don't post them up. You don't post them up. You get Westbrook downhill so that way he attracts more defensive help. And like I said, BJ, they got to prioritize doubling Booker. Just double Booker on the pick and roll action. Have the low man help Zubac's roll. Stay home on KD. Stay home on CP. And then that's simple defense right there, man. Like they can't be allowing it. It's the biggest thing is when you allow to drop coverage and when you stop attacking the paint, Westbrook can't be the only guy attacking the paint. That's what I'm saying. Like that paint has to touch that ball has to touch the paint at least twice before any three gets shot up.
Yeah, and T-Man to do that.
Hey, so we're going to end it here, man. I will be doing another live tomorrow morning, conclusion of the game. Game about to start actually in about 20 minutes. So y'all keep y'all eyes open, man. I think the Clippers can win this game too. We'll just have to see what happens today, and then we'll be back tomorrow though for sure.
All right,
y'all.
All right, man. All right, man. So appreciate y'all pulling in, man. It got to a point, like I said, I didn't come in for a reason the other night because I know how I can get if it gets to a certain point. I didn't want y'all to see me like that. Young Africa, I told you, and I don't have no issues with you, no problems with you, but you have to be able to, when you come here, don't bring that over here, that type of energy. Make sure that you come in here with the idea that you're going to, this is Clipper talk, this ain't Laker talk. So make sure you come with that energy. All right. But no problems over here, man. all my Clipper fans, all my Clipper supporters, continue to watch. Tonight we have a good game coming up, so we'll be back again soon. All right, man. Peace.